There's so much to say. One doesn't even know where to begin. But this season three has been a nonstop phenomenal. It's great. I love the balance. I like that we actually got away from Kubera. Like I love the introduction of her, Leez. She fighting, she raw. The glow up came. Then we cut away. Started seeing about my. You seen my guy. We seen Rand. We seen him with his family. That was really good. We saw Chess and whatnot. And then I feel like everything that happens has been crazy. First of all, I want to give credit where credit is due because I really think the one thing this series was missing was more kind of frequent action. And now we're getting more and more action. So this has been phenomenal. Like I'm not gonna cap. She's not blowing me away in terms of action the way that Gosu does it or something like God of High School, maybe even like a No Blessed Tower of God. But what I can say is that she's definitely gotten better at that part of the story. Like they're actually fighting more, and she had some really cool panels. Like when Agni was choking the shit out of Chandra when he said, "Yo, just some human that you simping for," and he's like, "This is the greatest human being of all time, son." Like so with Brilith, the Brilith Agni dynamic has been insane with her like being constantly reincarnated and coming back. And I was like, wait a minute, she gets like her memories back on some like I'm not sure if it's like particularly reincarnation. So I might be phrasing that right, but you get what I'm saying. And it's like it has changed the dynamic of their relationship in a way that I didn't think could happen, and it was really really cool. I'm not gonna lie to you, I like Brilith like this. I do like it's raw, like it's different and it hurts because there's so much pain there. Because like one common theme you're seeing with a lot of people who are basically doing what they need to do to keep humanity safe or kind of, work towards that best future. A lot of them are losing like the thing that made them good. Like their goodness is going away, their humanity, if you will. You're seeing this with a lot of characters. And before I know I'm talking, I want to get to the live reaction. Sorry, give me a second. I got a lot to say. I just I I gotta say that I'm a guy. I just don't mess with timey wimey stuff. So when you're like, I could go forward and backwards in time. It just makes me uncomfortable. It's not natural. I always had a bad feeling about the spell Hotni Visnu. And when I knew there was a list of people who would be like, yo, don't use this on me, there had to be a reason why. And when Claude gave Heidi the thing and she read it and it said Hotni Visnu, the soul that's back in the body is not the same one, I'm like, son, I knew there was something with this spell. I didn't trust it. I knew it. You can't, crazy. Incredible review. It changed so much things in my mind, and it makes me I regret making that Tio Rakan video properly. I mean, I don't know if I regret it, but I probably should have waited because I didn't know about all that. So with that being said, y'all know how much I love Tio. Tio dead. She's gone. This is not my Tio. I don't know who this is. So I can't rock with her the same. So she's not in my top 5 right anymore. Like, my Tio died when Gandhi was a bitch ass nigga and didn't save her, right? So and still fuck Gandhi. I don't like him. And it's making me so mad how much Agni is trying his very best to save him and get him to understand and stop being a piece of shit. Because also he needs Gandhi to be alive for the best possible outcome. And Agni truly cares. Like Agni right now is reminding me a lot of myself. But I know if I was him, I would have probably lost my patience a long time ago. I'm not as patient as he is, but it's been great. And even when that was happening with the Tio and Irie thing, boom, that's happening. Then you have the experiment happening, and then Maruna and Leez are coming. I always tell you these moments of convergence have like 8 different moving parts. Just masterclass. It's phenomenal. I'm gonna stop talking, but the last I gotta say is, for anyone who's thinking if I feel this way about Tio, do I feel this way about Irie? No. The reason for that is because the Irie that I always knew was this version. The one that was Claude's older sister and a different age dynamic between Tio and Irie is someone they knew. I never met that version of her, so this is still one of my favorite characters. Okay, I'm done. I'm sorry. Live reaction.
A little something like eeny, meeny, right from the beginning. Smoke a little pack, but the pack never timid. Church, but I'm seeing it. Curse when I'm winning. She need a new back. When it's back, I'ma bend it. Slap up some guinea. Ask me to hit it. Watch a nigga black slipper yak, I'ma quit it. Swerve in the Benzie. Perfume is Fendi. Bob and move fast, real fast, like I'm Ricky. That's 'cause I'm pretty. Came from the the dirt. Shovel up a nigga can't handle the work. Ooh, y'all swing with it first. Young white girl like a ram.
And by the way, shout out to my guy Kaz. Kaz pulled a fast one on Maruna. You pulled a fast one on him. He got you with that one. That was good. I appreciate that. Was sick. All right, people. We on Crime and Punishment. This is one of the things you guys want me to live react to. I'm very excited. We got Ran. We got Leez. They're going to that planet through the waterways. With goals to Utah, ooh, whatever. He's like astral projection form thing, but okay, let's hop right in. We're on season 3, chapter 74, and chapter 359 in total. So you look at the waterways. There's Kubera and everyone walking. Oh, and the cat Leez with Maruna. Sizzle, grab. Be careful. The contest channel isn't ordinary water. If you fall in, you'll be fried like chicken. Ran, it won't do any harm to a fire attribute Rakasha. Oh, really? Well, why is he looking at me like that? He doesn't want a human giving him advice? It could be that, but more likely, it's more how you put it. Ran, it looks like the path disappears from here. It's lower than other areas, and I think the water has pooled here. So, wait, is that water? I thought it was maybe lava or magma, right? No? I guess not. It's just hot water. I don't know. It's downhill from the next exit, so the path will reappear. What happened to this channel? It's supposed to be shallow. Everyone has a way of getting to the exit, right? I'm the only problem. I'll run out of vigor if I try to get there using Faruna magic. Don't use your vigor for something like this. I can carry you. Ran, I can get you there too. Let me, not Leez. Or Leez. Didn't I say, Bavati Kubera? Shit. Utah's still kind of like I don't know how I feel about this dude, man. I don't know, cause I like that one scene where like they tried to like make love like an ordinary couple, and then you just see like the bracelet recovery thing. By the way, I don't think I said this. Lila has grown on me considerably with that dream tracking stuff, and I really like Claude. I never disliked Claude. I knew Claude was on his own side, his own team or whatever, but I knew there was more to him to be mad. The only character that you guys know that I don't like is Gandhi. I don't care what he does. I think he's a clown. When that shit was happening and his daughter was yada yada Shakuntala, what he did with Menaka. I mean, Menaka kind of messed up by falling for Kali's deception and stuff. I'm not gonna put the whole onus on Gandhi, but I don't know. They're all clowns to me. So they're not bad characters in terms of how they're written, by the way. I think the fact that like they make me feel this strongly about them is a testament to how well written they are. So this is planet Conches or Conche. The sky is beautiful. It must have a lot of trees once, right? We need to refill our daily spell limits, so we'll rest here for an hour when 10 in the morning. We got through the Conches channel faster than I thought. We work well together, don't we, Ran? Work together, my ass. If we're gonna fly and steer properly, or else give me time to use Hadi Kubera. Look at the dent we made in the rock when we crashed. Are you kidding me? I crashed with you and I'm fine. Did it hurt? Still a weakling, huh? It doesn't hurt. It doesn't. I'm sorry. I'm kidding. Sorry. I'm not that used to flying while carrying someone. It's quite a bit. Wait. There's quite a bit of ointment stored inside of the cloak. Do you want some? No, it doesn't really hurt. Really, not at all. Oh, you pinch that hard, you'll be the one that injures me. I don't pinch that hard. Don't be stubborn. Use the ointment. I'm gonna look around to check there's nothing dangerous. You can ask to do that, can you? Bavati Kubera. They're not talking right now. This is driving me crazy. I can't even breathe in this tension. If there's something you want to talk about, I'm here. Why doesn't that Rakshasa believe that you're here? The gods told them themselves. Can't I show him how we interact, like you lifting me or something? He knows there's something here. He just doesn't acknowledge that it's me. Then you can tell him something that only you know about him. Doesn't he have a secret like a giant spot on his bottom? I don't want to do that though. Yo, Brad, funny. Like, yo, hold on. You don't got like a. Oh, if anyone goes back to the wild, you know how Paya has the birthmark. You know, like a. I love Ran, man. This is my Ran. I'm sorry, Kunran. This is my guy right here, man. He that dude. I'm gonna do that though. You don't need to go so far to prove it. He'll know in time. I just find this uncomfortable. That's all. That guy is ignoring what I say. Leez is ignoring both of you, and I'm stuck in the middle. It's seriously uncomfortable. It's not that guy. It's Maruna. All right, Maruna. That was his name. Uh-oh. I'll just call him that guy. We're like, hey, don't you, human, keep my name out your mouth. Yo, he needs to. Is he gonna chill out? Is he gonna chill out at some point? Like, he's so intense all the time. Like, man, humans are that bad. No, we are kind of that bad though. I get it. Humanity's trash. Does anyone disagree? Everyone sleep. You do not sleep. Jatayu. If you're really there, listen. About Simpanti. What am I? I'm going crazy. Flap flies away. Where did that Rakshasa go? He found it difficult to be here. I think let's set off by ourselves. He knows where the temple is, so he can get there on his own. Right. I couldn't imagine doing this if I was Leez. I need his neck. I need that fried chicken. Meal love type B. So to get in, we need earth. We need chaos, earth, fire, water. You need the avatar. I missed. I get why we need chaos since it's the chaos temple, but why the other three attributes? They're attributes that were close with my mother. Attributes that were close. Huh? To be precise, they were the highest gods of that attribute. So, Kubera, Agni, Varuna, these three gods. Wait, those gods were friends with Kali? What are you talking about? I'll tell you on our way. Ran and Leez, if you come this far, you have a right to hear the story. To be continued. Ooh, I feel like something crazy finna happen on this planet. I'm super excited. Like, I don't know. It's hard for me to even try to make prediction with this story because I just don't think it's one of those stories that we're not gonna get it. We're not gonna get it. But the cast thing being him being because he's the priest of chaos candidate. I think that's the reason why that thing brought back Tio and whatnot. And so we're on 75. And so Kubera was a god that first resolved to kill Gandavra because of his slaughters. And then Agni and Varuna joined him? No, Varuna joined the cause much later. And Agni did not want to kill Gandhavra, but his values were different to those of Kubera. He could never have agreed with his methods. So Kubera acted alone and told Agni only when things could not be reversed. What method did he use? That he thought Agni wouldn't agree. The annihilation of souls. He gave Gandharva the power to annihilate the souls of the dead. What? Mass killings were bad enough and Kubera gave him the power to annihilate souls? That's not problem solving, that's making it worse. Yes, Kubera knew Agni wouldn't agree. That's why he went to see my mother alone. One Last God Kubera, story and art by Kurigam, Season 3, Episode 75, Crime and Punishment 2. You want to destroy Gandharva? Gandharva. Can't be that hard to say. Gandharva, right? So, you might want to rethink that. That guy is Vishnu's close friend. That's why I'm approaching you and not Vishnu. Brahma and Shiva do not care. If the existence of the universe does not hinge on the problem, you are my only option, primordial god Kali. Primordial god Kali. No one's been so respectful in a long time, but I don't know why I should help you. I like this Kali chick, man. She just legitimately sounds like a chaos merchant on some like to use a very, very basic example on some Joker shit from like DC. It's just like she doesn't have to be fucking around with everybody. I'm very, very interested to actually get like a true and proper reveal drop and have her actually be in a present story. So we'll see. Yeah, I don't know how I should help you. If Brahma and Shiva are uninterested, I'd rather enjoy the situation. Gandhi's killing games are good entertainment. Why would I want him to stop? Was it not your ultimate goal to kill all creatures that are stronger than you? You achieved victory in the previous universe. I witnessed it with my own eyes. You're well informed. Since you came directly from the other side, you will find it difficult to achieve victory the same way here. Anatta, whose Sura form is unimaginably strong, or Gandhi, whose regenerative powers seem invincible, do you think you could kill them all? The universe, if they'll die if the universe is destroyed anyways. If I can't kill them separately, I'll end the universe. You failed to do that and been sealed away countless times. It's all a part of the path to success. Infinite chances have been given to me. I may get a little bored, but one day I have a way which will not bore you. Do you want to see? Fascinating. You've come up with an impudent little plan, haven't you? I've never been able to get a good read on the God of Earth, Kubera. I could never really understand what his, like. I know they're like, oh, repent, blah blah blah, but I could never really get a grasp on like what does he really want? Like, what is his goal truly? You know what I'm saying? So it's interesting. We'll see how it plays out though. Whole population of humans can die without causing the gods any harm, and the souls of the dead humans go to the afterlife, which is divine jurisdiction. For the gods who can freely cross to the other side, a human death meant close to nothing. And I could understand the idea of living this long and creatures with such a low lifespan not really affecting people. It honestly doesn't bother me that Suros and gods would see like the way Chandra would see a human and whatnot. Doesn't bother me because I think that makes sense. If like I could imagine me seeing life, the lifespan of a human being that kind of insignificant in the grand scheme of the grander, the grand design of the universe, the big picture. So I can understand these differences, and Suros are just different people. So the cool thing about the stories is when it comes to the humans, the gods, and the Suras or whatever, they're really gonna have to have uncomfortable conversations and whatnot to really find common ground. That's how it works. But I'm rambling. We read. But when Gandhi began annihilating souls, the problems became serious. Why don't we change the rules about what happens to souls to prevent further damage for now? If we transport human souls to the underworld straight after death, Gandhi will have time to annihilate them. We can't do that, Varuna. The soul of a dead human must have a period of grace in this world. If we transport it to the afterlife immediately, there will be serious problems. Yeah, I agree with Yama on this one. I'm with Yama too. She looks like she's just blowing her her bubble gum. Changing the rules of the soul processing was the surest way to for preventing annihilation, but too many gods disagreed. In the end, the gods spent a long time arguing without changing the rules, and in the meantime, numerous souls were killed at Gandhi's hands. Wait, you missed something important. How was Gandhi given? Thank you, Ryan. How was he given that power? On God, I'm like, yo, like, who granted this shit? My mother had in her possession a dangerous names that were forbidden from use. Among them was a name that could annihilate souls. Right, Callie stole dangerous names and escaped. I heard this when I was in the water channel last time. Asha, I heard it from Asha. Why did I forget again? Asha, for some strange reason I forgot her for 7 years, and then I thought of her a while ago. I meant to talk about it with other people, and then I forgot again. It will keep happening. If you let your mind wander, you'll forget again. Whoa, then can't you tell me so I don't forget? You don't need to try and remember, Ran. Thinking of her will taint your mind. Leave it to me to remember such filth. She trusted Asha until the end, even when Asha was on trial for murdering dozens of people. So how could she change her mind so completely, unless Asha killed her family or something? Things are getting awkward again. Rad is like, yo, dude, like, can I, like, this is too much tension for me. Can I just go? He didn't ask. He didn't sign up for none of this. He didn't sign up for this, man. Things are getting awkward again. Okay, my fault. Just ignore me and keep going. So the rule about transporting souls was changed in the end. This is about Hotni Vishnu myths, isn't it? You know about that, Rand? Of course, my aunt was a priestess of resurrection before the cataclysm. But it depends on what one's beliefs are about the relationship between the body and soul. Some say it's a bad thing, some say it's not. Yes, that's why the gods were divided on the subject. The process of discussion took longer than Kubera expected. All this reminds me that you're actually pretty old. You know so much about the events of the past. I've heard it all from my mother. It happened long before I was born. Didn't all of this start because your mother gave Gandhi the power to annihilate souls? So it was problematic for the whole universe, and she told you, her son, all about it? Doesn't she think her actions were bad? Well, she knew, but she didn't think she didn't think that what was bad wasn't right? That's a weird sentence, sorry. Isn't that just what I said? As a result of all of Agni's redoubled, as a result, all of this, Agni redoubled his efforts to kill Gandhi, and Varuna, who had become indifferent, became the divinity most set on. Okay, on Gandhi's death and my mother. I hate creatures that are stronger than me. Why not give a creature such a power? He stole the power to annihilate souls, just as he stole the name Gandhavra at the beginning of the universe. Did the gods believe her? Yes, it was true that Gandhi stole his name at the beginning of the universe, and my mother's words were convincing for those who wanted Gandhi dead. And that's how the gods who were most set on it gathered here with the goal of killing Gandhavra. Interesting. The rocks are floating, crack, a little bit of something came out. What was that? What? Like a gatekeeper? Does it normally appear? Utah. You have a way of getting past this, right? What's going on? What is, oh shit, what is that? Hey! To be continued. Okay, so this info dump has been interesting because we're getting a lot more insight into like the primordial gods, fifth mind gods, nature gods, and how they've been running shit, and how it's trickled down through time and caused us to be in this situation where we have Agni essentially fighting for his effing life, trying to find the best way to get to the best possible future. I want to know how that plays into Leez's happiness. Does she have to be truly unhappy in this version of the future for things to like work out well, or is there something we can do about that? I'm just want her to be happy, dog. I just don't. She doesn't deserve this. She didn't ask for none of this, man. All right, let's keep moving. Screech, screech. Hey, Utah, listen to me. I don't think that thing wants to be friends. Schwack, crash. What did you just do? It's no time to be slashing at nothing. Why are you dropping your weapon? It's no use against that thing. Run. Takara clan servers have a tendency to attack me first. So take Utah and that guy and get past. When you see a chance, I'll meet up with you later. Although Kitty Leez is hiding. You're going to fight by yourself? Isn't it better for all of us? No, that will put Utah in danger. Please do what I say. Hadi Kubera. Wait, Utah, stop her. Isn't I think a Rakan can't do anything? We should do what Leez said. It's better to avoid a fight we might not win. Then Leez has to come with us too. If all of us together can't beat it, how can Leez do it by herself? It's not an opponent that will let us all get away together. So Leez has to distract it while we run. Okay, hold on. She shows a little bit of speed. A little blitzing. One last guy, Kubera, story on art by Kurigam, season 3, episode 76, Current Punishment Part 3 years ago. Okay, so we're starting to see some of the stuff from the Sura realm. I was very interested because I honestly, I know she looks so much different. I didn't realize 7 years was the time skip. I thought maybe it would be something like 4. So we actually haven't seen anything of the really when she was in the Sura realm. So let's see what goes on. I thought this would be easy since it doesn't have any eyes, but it has a strange ability. It looks like it distorts the aim of transcendentals and avoids them. Okay. Then I'll have to fight it using something it can't distort. She's Hadi Kubera, I guess, and she started hitting it. I have a powerful sword, but that doesn't mean I haven't trained in any other abilities. Okay. Show me. Hadi Kubera. Okay, that punch though. That fighter in you, that fight of blood in you. Wow, Leez, let's go. Things created by chaos may be taken from me at any time. I need backup strategies so I can continue to fight in any situation. Okay. Pragmatic, practical. It's not the time to be gaping, right? Yeah. What happened to her in the last 7 years? It's like she's a god of earth or something. You know, Utah. It looks like Leez is winning. Wouldn't it be better if you stayed in health instead of getting? And then she probably got hit and crushed. Oh wait, she's a real danger. Rescue. Let's just go. Ran. She's gonna heal. If anything happens to us, Leez put all the effort for nothing. Leez regenerates anyways. No, you can't say that. Not you too. Everyone wanted to use Leez as fodder because of the bracelet's relative abilities, but you left because you cared about her, didn't you? And now you're telling me it's fine if she dies since she regenerates anyways? You're right, Ryan. I must have gone crazy for a second. Let's go back. We have to help. Of course we have to. Mother, please. Not now. Please. Uh-oh. I can't just run at it. I need a plan. Is there anything in the cloak that I can use now? I see Ryan is like, nah, dude. I love it. What do the kids say? What a Chad. There we go. What a Chad. What's what the kid said? Let me just pull it down just a little bit. Sorry. This is a weapon provided by Brilith. The temple of destruction and terrorized and ruined now, but this dagger was once passed down to each priest of destruction. Stabbing any creature with it will make it stop moving temporarily. Wow, any creature at all? That's amazing. But there are two disadvantages. The first is you can't throw the dagger. Oh wow, that's raw. That's a raw condition. Like no, you gotta stab them up. You gotta get close and stab them. I like that. You can't just launch it at them. Interesting. You have to be holding it to stab when you stab to activate it. Second, once you use it once, it needs 3 days to recharge. We'll have to keep it as a one-use item then. Yes, try not to use it at all until the moment you really need to. That moment is now. I'll use this to make that thing stop and take Leez and run for it. It's huge, but if I stab it down here, it won't notice, right? And Rand just lost his hand. That's crazy. Snatch, and it grabbed him, and now it's about to eat him. And there, Maruna came and saved him. Oh, shit. Maruna? Saving human? I is he ever going to change his way of thinking about killing humans and whatnot? I don't know. Crack. And he's bleeding and shit. Ooh. The head keeps preparing. At this rate, it'll take forever. Using transcendental. No transcendentals. Leez is in there. The human one. The human. He's like, who? Like he cares so little about humans. He doesn't even realize this is the same girl that was fighting him that one time with the sword when Yuta was whatever. That's how much he's like. He's like, I don't even know. I don't pay attention to these people. Where I'll rescue the human first and kill this thing. Below the rocks. Oh crap. Hati Vayu. Leez, where? Holy crap. That hole is big as hell, dude. One last guy. Kubera, story and art by Kurigam. Season 3, episode 77, Crime and Punishment 4. Oh, she fell down to some like lost civilization. What's this place? There's no hole in the ceiling. So I didn't fall from above. Was I transported here by Transcendental? That Sura didn't have the shell of another clan, and it didn't look like it could use Transcendentals. That's the knife Ran was carrying. Why is it here? Did he drop it while he was fighting? Did the monster reach him because I was defeated too quickly? This is bad. I need to go and help him. Aww. That huge sword just disappeared without a trace, and now there is all this grass. It has to be a Transcendental. The Sura must have intended to abduct Leez from the beginning. It means there's a high possibility that the human is still alive. We need to search before it is too late. Don't just stand there. Regenerate your hand. Regenerate your hand. Regenerate your hand! Hotni Asfins. I know he barely hears Sura speak, but this is irritating. Having to speak with a large radius every time. You have such poor defense that you lose your hand from one attack, and you forgot to use Kubera magic. If you are the number 3 magician, that says a lot about humanity. I had to stab it without it noticing me. There's not like I could use this. Wait, the knife. Did you see the knife anywhere? What knife? I think I dropped it around here. What? Why is there a flower bed here? It can't be helped. It's gone. Leez comes first. Yes. Let's discuss things with Yuta instead of jumping straight into that hole. Yuta might know something. You're talking to me now, so you must have reached some kind of decision during the night. You've decided to acknowledge his presence as well, right? If you don't believe he's here, we won't get anywhere. Wasn't he just here? I thought I just didn't see him. He's probably where that green animal is over the hill. He said he shouldn't fight the Sura, and I ran over here alone. I thought he would have come to help by now, though. It's not very good of him. Yuta, what are you up to, my guy? Over there. Little Leez. He's not there. What? You said he was beside the animal. No, he's not here. He's not here. Yuta, where has he gone to? His mother said something. I don't know. Leez is walking. I don't see an exit, and this place is getting weirder and weirder. That shoots the wrong direction. Should have gone the other way. Hey, I have a horrible sense of direction too. So if there's a maze or a labyrinth and they messing with me, I'm lost. I'm Zorro. I'll get lost too. So don't go worry. But what if I turn back and this is the right way? I'll just keep going for now. She's walking. I don't know what might happen outside. There's no time to be wondering like this. If something happens to Ranita while I'm here, what's going on? What? Just now, the air suddenly feels different. When is mom coming? Is that to tell you? Who's that? No, she said she would come. She probably, that's her. Is that her? Go away, Cat. Stop lying. Mom said she'd come find me. It's not a lie. Mom is coming. I'll make sure. No, don't do that. Don't deceive yourself. Are you crying? Why are you crying? Are you sad about something too? Then I can help you. This can be used to summon a god. A nice friendly god will grant my wish. I'm sure of it. Did she summon Kubera or something? What's going on? What's happening? So there's clearly something with her past that she's suppressing, not addressing, or kind of deceived herself to think differently. I wonder what it's about, but let's get it. Since my birth attributes are Kubera, I should definitely summon the god Kubera, right? And since your name is Kubera as well, yes, my name is Kubera, but how did you know that? It's a secret. Name your child Kubera for 15 years and they will find happiness. Someone told your father that and he believed it. That's right as well. My dad gave me this name before I was born because of a prophecy. Wow. You know my dad? Is that why you know everything? It's a lie. You'll use a summoning spell trusting the prophecy that said you'd be happy. But what will appear before you is not a friendly god. It is not as all powerful as you think, and it cannot give you back your mother. It will only cut away at your life, exploit your potential, and destroy your future. Oh my god, I'm in so much pain right now. Dude. Do you regret it? Then tear this book apart. If you do that, the memories and encounters that resulted from your summoning and your future of misery, all of it will disappear. You can forget everything and find peace here. So is this supposed to be some type of mind game thing? Because there's a crime and punishment, and the sort of thing return. It makes, if you use it too much, it makes your sin deeper. So we're about to find out what her quote unquote sin is, because I was trying to figure out, because from my understanding, I felt like she didn't really do anything crazy or blasphemous, because it was just like she was just a country bumpkin, and then Asha did what she did, and that's what in turn made her life a living hell. But I'm sorry, move this back a little bit. We'll have to just see. All right, let's keep it going. One Last God, story and art by Curry Gam, season 3, episode 78, Crime and Punishment 5. Here's Maruna with Cat, Leez, and Ran. Gods, how deep is this hole? That was a long fall. Maruna didn't say nothing. The planet Conchas that I know does not have an environment like this so far down. So there are two possibilities. Either we are transported to somewhere that is not Conchas or Conche on our way down, or we were hit by a psychological transcendental. Do you have any ideas? Don't just think by yourself. Tell me what you're thinking. Do not think badly of me if I suddenly attack you. What do you mean? Of course I'll think badly of you. You better remember that I get to decide whether you develop into the fifth stage, suddenly tense. If something here happens, I'll awaken before a half-grown human does. And if you don't die, restoration spell will work. If you're going to tell me, then can you put it in order? I'll understand. You are human. Whatever I say, you'll be defenseless against what happens. I will just try to fight it off first and wake you up. Shh. Here we go. Okay. Aren't you sick of always taking that form of a psychological transcendental? Gondva is merely pathetic to me now. Whatever trauma I had disappeared a long time ago. Yes, I see. I wondered why this form wasn't firming up. Then, what about this? Simpanti. Hey. If you're going to keep talking, or at least keep walking. First, you talk nonsense, and now you're asleep with your eyes open? We need to... Oh, that's why he said don't think badly before I attack you. He's just going to straight up try to beat it. But I get credit where credit's due. maybe it's his years of experience or whatnot, but I guess he knew immediately when the transcendental skill that he was getting hit by was more psychological and mental in nature. Um, a lot of times in these type of stories, people don't necessarily the first key in a lot of ways is to notice you're like under an illusion, if you will. So, well done. We need to find Leez quickly, and now even this Raksha as a burden. Hey you, wait here. Do you know wait? Wait! Should have given commands. It's trained to understand basic commands, so it'll stay there. I need to find Leez quickly. Ran, where are you going? Wait, what the fuck? With a knife in his hand? Who's that? Mom? There is fucking Utah. He's by some like cosmic looking tree. I suppose I should be relieved. If my mother was able to manifest herself here, she could have done worse. I know that for now she can't fully control her body. At the moment, she's only capable of temporarily severing the connection between my real body and double. It must have another Taraka which moved me here and tied me up while the connection was severed. I need to escape, even if it costs me what? What did he do? It was tiring. I think it took several times more vigor than using it in my real body. For now, let's focus on finding the other three and getting through the door. We need to secure my mother's body while she's unable to use it so that we have the upper hand in negotiations. Step. How can you be... Oh shit. Kubera? You look surprised. Did you think it was a Taraka that moved you here? Please get out of the way. Leez could be in danger. Get past me. If you can beat me with that false body of yours. Oh, man. See? What's up with this dude, man? This is why earthbending is not raw. No, I'm kidding. But I'm Team Water Tribe, you know. You can catch me with the bloodbenders. Not so much pain, dude. Let's see what we learn about each character though when they go through this little psychological journey, if you will. It's kind of funny too because for anyone who doesn't know, I've gotten really interested in psychology lately. I've read a bunch of psychology books and stuff related to psychology and stuff. A couple things about healing, childhood trauma, and how childhood trauma kind of comes full circle in your adulthood. Stuff about like how feminism has affected social media and mainstream media in the West and stuff. It's been a really interesting journey, so it's just kind of funny. There's you blowing that bubble gum. That's that's the last of the work we have piled up. The fourth Zen gods can take care of the rest. But why are we done? For a while now, you've been overwhelmed with work. Then suddenly, less people started dying. Well, the gods and Suras have joined forces. Even the Taraka clan cannot stand against them. I don't know. I suspect maybe something else. This makes it difficult. I can't even imagine the ceiling on my own. What are you talking about? One Last God, story in art by Korigam, season 3, episode 79, Crime and Punishment, part 6. Did I change to 79? Yes, I did. This form feels much more solid. It must be your weak point then. Is he worried about like him not being able to find her, or is it because she's going to help him train? What's going on? Trauma from that? This is it. This feeling. It's been a long time, hasn't it? I beat you up so often to make you develop. You can hardly forget this. You can never win against me, Maruna. So, is he seeing her as this like insurmountable wall to get past? You can win. Get up. I don't need a worthless piece of trash that submits to a psychological transcendental. Okay. You're not good enough to be Simhanti. Hey, raw. Did he break it? Is that all it takes? I'm back. Fortunately, it didn't take long. It comes in use that Simbati's specialty was a psychological okay, so he has experience with it. It was irritating, but she trained me. But it does help. If that was all it can do, we may get out of this. Whatever is attacking us doesn't seem to be a master in psychological transcendentals. The human named Rand may have woken up by himself as well. No, he didn't. Don't come any nearer. Is he still under the transcendental? If you're going to come, Mom, if you come any nearer, you're going to die. Oh shit. Oh, and is he like activating? Because he's a quarter, right? So is he like? And doesn't that drain his lifespan? Could he be possibly killing himself by doing that? Oh my God, what's going on? Oh no. Now we're back to Kubera. That's crazy though. Maruno just straight up was just like, I'm gonna deal with this in a realm. Then he just, oh my God. Sorry. Alright, let's keep it going. Come on, why hesitate? Idhai too. Well, that's the summoning spell, right? It's a chance to erase everything. I don't want to erase everything. What are you talking about? Think about how much you suffer because of the summoning. Your life is nothing but suffering right now. No, it's not all suffering. And all my memories and encounters, they weren't meaningless. I don't want to deny the path I walked like that. Most of all of this was my choice. On the day of the summoning, the being that appeared before me told me about my future. Do you remember? The honor will be the renown will be someone else's to claim. And only you will know how hard you tried, how much it hurt. Your body struggling to hold on, your heart ragged and torn to shreds, all your memories full of only suffering, your soul reaped of its pride. Everything, one with your name, will be lost to you. When you disappear from the world, stop it. I don't want, you can't choose a life like that. I'm going to go back. I want to go back. I need to go back to that day and die. I should have never begun. What's going on? So she out of it now? That was your weakest point? And you defeated it just like that? Oh, shit. Oh, shit. To be continued. What she about to do, though? What you about to do though? Kubera's little chibi Kubera sitting there. I don't fuck with that guy. I don't think I fuck with that guy. I don't know, man. What is he up to? What is the reason? What is the reason? All right. You don't let your guard down easily, I see. Go and do your job. Is that the only thing you can say? Yes. You're still as incompetent as ever. Step. The power of persuasion is not a transcendental. Any creature with emotion can be caught in the trap. It eats into you slowly but persistently and forces your inner desires to the surface. Even when you realize you've been deceived, the responsibility falls on the holder of the desire. Both sin and punishment fall on the persuaded, not the persuader. It is perhaps the most unfair power in the world. Is this something I need to hear? Yes, you'll be facing it before long. Discard every desire, including goodwill and hatred. Do not let your guard down. That is all I have to say to you. And she looks at him, walks away, doesn't say anything. One last God Kubera story in our episode 80, Crime and Punishments, number 7. Damn, what's happening? A human using Sura speak, and now some transcendental I've never heard of. It looks like a light attribute transcendental, but there's a general light transcendental of this I don't know of. This is Ran Sai Rafi. Wake up, you're transcendental. I am not your mother. Why did you kill Dad? He was only trying to protect me. He can't hear me and I'll have to subdue him by force. What? I can't get him to budge? Ran is stronger than he looks. Hey man. Wait, partial certification? What in the... Jeez! He giving it that work. Hold on. Let's go. Mom, I'm sorry. Crazy bastard. At least he's continuing to attack. I need to regenerate and figure out what to do. He's too strong for me to use a purely defensive strategy, but I can't attack him since I don't know how much his body can take and how much he can regenerate. If I use a transcendental and it kills him, and he's still worried about like, because Kaz made that wish that he has to like whatever, but human. Oh, dude, yeah. Everyone is just going through it right now. It's just real life, I guess. Please wake up from this dream together. Did he say dream? He's caught in psychotronic. He thinks it's a dream. Oof. Wasn't this the way out? There's Leez walking by herself. What is this place? Utah, why are you? I'm glad you're safe. No, I can't smile. It makes things hard for Utah. Have you? Oh wait, she's doing this. She's literally posturizing, like to the point where she has to remind herself, like it's not even like that. Like, oh come on, that's crazy, dude. I so feel. See, my heart, my fucking heart hurts. The server got to me quickly. I don't know what happened after. Utah, you little worm. How dare you? How dare you change the name of my son? Oh shit. What's going on? Oh! Hey! Leez! So what? Is that thing's dad? I put fucking apostrophe. I hope you guys are enjoying the reaction so far. Yup. As much as I am enjoying this journey, this is putting me some emotion, just some mental, emotional anguish. But we can't give up. We must continue to fight. Gotta keep fighting. Gotta keep going. You gotta keep trucking. You can't give up. Never quit. Never quit. Land. Utah would never use a term like this. He just said some, which means crack. Oh shit. Surely a worm doesn't need something like that. What was it? She took her arm? Episode 81, Season 3, Crime Punishment 8. Ha ha. Hug. Rand, can you hear me? No, this it's a dream. It's a dream, but I can't wake up. Rand, kind of look at me. Rana, what do I do? Is this not a dream? Did I really? I'm scared. I'm scared of myself. You're not scary, Rand. See? I'm not scared of you at all. Huh? You're really not scared? How? Because it's only a dream. Yeah, I'm only dreaming, but I can't wake up. I'll help you. If trying to open your eyes doesn't work, then why not try falling asleep in the dream? If you go to sleep in this dream, when you open your eyes, you're back in reality, and the real you hasn't done anything wrong. None of this happened. It's all a dream, Rand. Is it true? Thank you, Rana. You start the patterns on the face is gone. Can it be? Hey, Rand, Sephora, get up. Huh? What? Did you only just wake up? You're the one who just woke up. I didn't sleep like you did. As if you were sleeping with your eyes open for ages. I tried shaking you awake and it wasn't working. I had to set off alone. So followed me here. Don't pretend you didn't sleep. Never mind. We need to get out of here and keep it moving right now. Wait. Did you see the green thing? The animal leaves? I told it to wait and stay beside you. What? You left that important thing by itself? I didn't leave it by itself. I left it with you. You said you didn't sleep. Of course you should know where it went, right? See, you slept too, so don't blame me. If I didn't have to develop this little, let's go. We need to find the human Leez and the animal Leez. That gold? What is that? Are you sure the track ends here? They disappear completely near the pile of gold. It is gold. Hey, let me just let me just gonna put a little gold in my pocket. Hold on. I need the gold. I'm not built like them. They rich. They got generational wealth. It's pretty likely that she took this up to go up, but Leez doesn't operate this. Why are you taking so long at it? The machine is 23 years old. Give me some time. So who is this Rana? Rana is my wife. They're talking in my sleep. Yes. What do you remember? What you dreamed? This dream is probably this human's biggest vulnerability. If I found out about it, I may be able to use it to get his trust and develop. It's a dream I used to have as a kid. It's like a twisted version of my memories from the cataclysm. I was attacked by my mom, who was a half. I lost consciousness and my brother rescued me. My mom died because of my brother. Because of your brother? Yes, my brother said he couldn't be helped. But I still don't know whether he had to do it. I think so. Lutz is the kind of guy that's super pragmatic and practical and logical. And I don't exactly remember if he can use silent magic for some reason. I'm not drawing a blank on that, but he's kind of in that realm of like magician, right? So my guess is that Rand is the one who did it, and let's just say I did it to spare Rand the pain of having to deal with that. I could be wrong though. We'll see. Yes, but I'm grateful for saving my brother is good at magic. He could have easily stopped her without killing her. That's strange. When you talked in your sleep, it sounded like you were the one who had killed your mother. Ah, the dream is different. In the dream, I'm always the one killing my mother. I haven't had the dream lately, but I had it so often when I was young. I had to see a counselor. Apparently, my dream had me kill my mother because I don't want to resent my brother for what he did. Ah, there we go. This probably leads to an above-ground temple or magic guild. Even the most rich people wouldn't be able to store gold underground with such distorted depth. By the way, the dream just now was weird. It was wrong for when I was young. What was weird? During the cataclysm, Rana still called me Opa. In the dream just now, she called me Ran. Opa's a Korean hot. Oh yeah, for older males. Well, since it's ages since she started calling me by my name, I'm used to it now. So I guess the dream has changed. What's wrong with my sleeve? It's taking a long time. Will it take longer to reach it to get above ground? Wow, look at that. It looks like we come straight to the center of the temple. To be continued. What happened to Leez, though? What happened to her? Is she alright? The beat and then I slide. My little chick, she bad. And she strapped like baby 5. Money. Alright. Oh my god. Wow. You're tough. I'll give you credit. You didn't even scream when you lost your limbs. You should be great. You should be able to regenerate since no one's put on the bracelet. Maybe you're not close enough to dying yet. You really made something useless, didn't he? And he's just torturing her. Oh my god, bro. Stop. Give her a break. I can't take it. One last god, Kubera story about Curry Gom. These are 3 episode 82. Crime Punishment 9. Ugh. It takes quite a bit of time for you to regenerate. That's not very useful in an actual battle. She's hiding now. Do you think hiding will work? Here's where it gets real. Oh shit. Now you can't regenerate either. I won't use transcendental, so try running away if you can. If you get caught again, I will grind you up with that useless bracelet of yours. She runs. Look, my son. Look at her running and leaving you in my clutches. An ugly end to the human you trusted. A creature weighed down with sins has no right to peace. Ugh. You run, you fall, bleed countless times. You are pierced and torn apart. Ah, eaten, crunch. This is your face, Kubera Leez. You cannot escape this pain while you live. While it's such a pitiful life, if you want to die, I can kill you painlessly. Stab. Oh, with that. What is this? It stopped me from using insight, but only for a moment. What a stupid mistake. Vishnu would die laughing if he saw me. And she's running, she staggers. It's no use running with like that. You'll die soon anyways. Why even try? She's coughing. I need to get away however I can. I have to get away as far as possible. If I die here, you two will think I died because of him. He'll be sad. It'll hurt him for a long time. Think about yourself, please. Oh my god. Escape for you. When she gonna just value herself, man. I just need you to value yourself. You are important. You are special. Fight for yourself. Live for you. Ah. Okay, sorry. I need to have a moment. He might even think she just reminds me of myself so much with all the self-deprecation. I'm like this to myself a lot of the times, and I always like trick myself into thinking like, I do this shit I suffer so my friends don't have to. You can't live like that though. He might think I died blaming him. It's not true. I don't want to remember like that. I don't want to be a painful memory for you, Yuta. This is not your fault. Even if I die, it's not your fault. I don't blame you, so please don't blame yourself. Shit. Oh man, Leez, wake up. Just a few more minutes. Are you tired? Yes, I really want to rest. You still need to get up. Come on, Leez. Oh, leave me alone. Let me sleep, Yuta. I said don't use that name, filthy human. Skid. You still have strength to glare at me? You've come to your senses. If you've come to your senses, know your place. You should know that by now I am not someone you can point that sword at. To be continued. Point that sword at her anyways, man. Is this Cali in disguise? Like, I'm not. This. I've never been so. I've never been so like bad at figuring shit out before. Like, I could be wrong, but like, I just don't know. I just don't know what to think right now. I just want to cry and turn this shit off. I'm like, I don't want to see more pain. But pain is a vehicle to make us stronger sometimes. Drop. Incredible. It's not that for your own sake that you fight. You're worried that it may hurt my son. You know how to hide your thoughts to an extent, but you lack the enlightenment to do it properly. You will fool any other ordinary guy, but those beyond that will only be irritated by your cleverness. I wouldn't try to hide my thoughts on purpose. Is that so? If you created that maze without intending to do so, that in itself is intriguing in itself, I suppose. But I have no wish to converse while searching through a maze. Can I ask to be honest with my answer? There'll be no need for you to search through my maze if you just believe me. You want me to believe the words you speak? Okay, let's see how honest you are. What is your impression of me? You are childish, petty, arrogant, and cruel. More so than the bullies and gangsters. Bullies and gangsters, you mean like Asikas and gangsters like Nasikas? Well, if you don't sweeten your at least I will have to take on a more patient temperament if I'm not to rip you apart while we converse. One last God. But honestly though, people really need to start being more honest, open. Like, people are so afraid to have hard conversations and actually converse with people who have opposing ideals and lifestyles than they do. And I don't think that we'll ever find common ground if we don't actually challenge ourselves to really deal with those opposing opinions. Like just real quick, I'm not gonna go into this just because like on the political spectrum, right? I always like to see what people who don't believe what I believe and hold what I believe politically, ideology, whatever, to see what they're thinking, even if it's on a racial issue. And it could be hard to see, like it could be really racist, but I will look. I need to know what the opposition, if you will, is thinking, and we'll never get to a better place of understanding if we don't talk about it or try. So it is what it is. But anyways, one last God, story by Kurigan, season 3, episode 85, crime punishment number 10. Do you have to continue using that body? No, your son will want to see you as well. So this is probably if you thought that would make me leave his body, you've chosen the wrong tactic. My son will never want to see me. I'm sure he remembers I'm sure all he remembers of me is the abuse of all kinds. And there you go again. Stop worrying about Utah. So useless. You think you're in a position to worry about him with a name of no power, no less. I gave him a name because he said he could not reveal his real one. When I gave him a list of names, he liked Utah the best. So it would have been a name he acknowledged himself. Would he have the right to eat me of his true name? But if that was a choice he made because he was unable to use his own, he was hiding from Taraka and feared being tracked. He chose the name that was closest to Jatayu, the name he mistook for his true name. By now, he would have remembered his name before Jatayu, but it doesn't look like he trusted you enough to tell you. That's the way it is. He wants to break away from me, but he cannot escape the bounds that I've set for him. In the first place, he was created to destroy everything that I define as evil. That is his reason for being. What do you define as evil? I don't know. Many things. Starting with that blasted Vishnu. A world that should not exist. All the creatures of that world. All the values of those creatures pursue all the values those creatures pursue throughout their lives, their ideas of justice, honor, pride, relationships, or love, for instance. Why are you surprised? You already knew that love would be impossible, did you not? What hope did you have for someone that tries to eat you at every opportunity? Do you not feel pity for him in your ignorance? A life without love is the greatest blessing. I know too well the harms of love, and I wanted my son to be free from it, so let go of your false hopes. My son cannot love you or anything else. Until the end of this world and beyond, he will forever be alone. Despite your however, your thoughts, despite their presumption, has moved me a little. So I think I will give you a little prize before I kill you here. we always switch scenes. Is this the moment that we may have seen in that flashback? Actually, no, I don't think so. I mean not. I'm just keep reading. Hey, I said come here. Seriously, that Ran became slower than he was before. When humans use a power beyond them, they usually use vigor or life force. But a quarter can't possibly fight me hand to hand vigor alone. It's far more likely that he's paying with his life for that power. Should I tell him? Is it okay he doesn't remember? Don't just help me watch. That thing has the eye of perishment. Isn't it important to you than it is to me? Huh? Here, huh? What are you staring at? You carry it. Okay, you're really fast. I will wait for a second. What's up with this thing? It used to understand human commands and even followed it by itself. I even untied its leash, but now that we find it again, it's suddenly becoming stupid. I forgot. It's totally training for God's sakes. Trico, it was never a toilet trained. I've seen it do that before, although not recently with us. Really? Then what happened to it? Was it possessed by a god for the last 2 days or something? Possessed by a god? How? No, it's just a phrase. We use it when someone does something beyond the scope of their normal abilities. Why possessed by a god though, when gods are not the only creatures superior to mortals? We would call it being possessed by a Sura, then humans would worship gods, not Suras. Why? Well, because Suras are hostile and gods are benevolent. You worship someone because they're benevolent? I can't understand this. Power is the only criteration of submission? What the fuck does that mean? Okay, I don't even know where to start persuading him. Ran is like, we're on such different sides of this conversation. Where do I even begin, my dude? You don't play the game. It looks like we're almost here, but I don't see the human Leez anywhere. Maybe she didn't come here. She can't have opened that door by herself. The clues about Callie supposed to be behind this door. Yes, but I don't know about how Utah knew about it and told the gods. Can you tell from here what's behind the door? Well, I can kind of see through something, a gap here. That's... Whoa. I saw her. It's naked body. I'm going to hell for this wrecking the gods. What? Ran is in his right, man. It's not in a state where you can tell whether it's naked. So is he seeing something different? And she's still sealed. What? Ran? Ran is special in a way that I probably haven't even begun to consider. Begin to consider. What's going on? Why is English failing me today? I'm very curious. Oh shit. A little prize, perhaps little plus big. The goal you had when you left your village that day, I will let you achieve it. A goal I had, to kill Maruna. That's meaningless now. The people in my village didn't die because of him. That day in my village, no one died. So you vowed revenge because you didn't know the truth, and now that you do, you desire vengeance. Your desire for vengeance disappeared because he didn't kill them after all. It has to be so. There's yes and there's no. It has to be so. I mean, I wonder. You resent him emotionally, but think a sin depends only on the results of one's actions. What are you intending? If you're trying to persuade me to use me, I don't know. Why would I need to use you? If I just kill you here and give the red and white bird Maruna a chance to develop, will he accept my offer? He will accept my offer without a moment's hesitation. But still, I am offering you a deal. To you first. That's why I called it a prize. From my perspective, I'm killing a useful pawn just to let your long-held wish come true. I did wish it for a long time, but I cannot do that. He wasn't the one who did it. Taking revenge on him is right. What about this then? Do you know what Asha did to your father, Rao? I will tell you two different stories about what happened that day. Afterwards, you can decide whether or not you accept my prize or not. Oh shit, dude. One Last God, Kubera, story by Kuragam, season 3, episode 84, crime punishment 11. In N5, on the transport ship from Kakht to Willarv, Asher was planning to kill Rao. But when it came to the act itself, she had second thoughts and decided she could not. But when she did not have the time to remove all the traps that she had set to kill him, but she didn't have time, so despite her intentions, Rao died. Is that true? Do you think it's true? Listen here, here's another story. On N5, the transport ship from Kar to Vilnov, Asha tried to kill Rao. She did it in cold blood without a moment of hesitation. But despite her mercilessly set to kill, Rao survived because he wanted to see his daughter again. You can believe whichever of these stories are true. What I want to ask you is this: in which of the stories does Asha commit a greater sin? Answer me, Kubera Leez. Which Asha do you think deserves a harsher punishment? The second. Why? The second Asha did not kill Rao. Her intentions and her actions were far worse than the first. If the attacker's intent was to kill the victim, survive through their own efforts, that does not exonerate the attacker. Hold on, she kind of spitting though. Phoenix, right? Who? Let's go. Yes, sir. No, Francisco Von Karma type beat. Yeah. If what you said is true, surely Marina does not deserve to be exonerated either. The creature attacked your village thinking the people were alive. He did not hesitate for even a moment. He is like the second Asha. If you forgive him because of the results of his actions, it means your sword is not pointed at his malicious intent, but purely at the harm that he has done to you. Think about it. If he destroyed many villages before coming to destroy yours, your village was only one of many. The victims in the other villages were killed, but they cannot take revenge on him. You are in a position to sympathize with them and take revenge on their behalf, but you do nothing because you focus on the harm done to you personally. There is no need to fear that you may fail. I said I would help you. I can make it so that you defeat him, even if he takes Surah form, and that you can do with your own hands. Yes. You think my son may resent you if you kill his brother. That's why you hesitate. Then how about when you didn't know? If you kill him when you did not know they were brothers, my son will not blame you. Do you know why a universe without Vishnu was doomed to fall? It's because there is no one to stop this power of mine. Whoosh, something happened. He will keep using Hadi Chandra and retreat inside the city to defend the Earth Barrier. What? Do you want to go back because of you two? I can't go back. That jerk just killed my friend. We can just all attack before they find us. It's not like they're in Surah form. Don't be foolish. Don't be foolish. It's not important to be taken lightly. What if he survives and we're retreating into the city? It's best to kill Surah before they transform. What gives you the right to order someone around, Asha? Here is my most precious power, but I give one of its limited uses to you. You can only kill one person here. Decide well. Depending on who you kill, the results you must face will be very different. Holy shit. Yo, I slapped this shit out of my mic just now when I said yo and I screamed, my bad. That's crazy. I don't have time to think. I gotta keep going. If that got to power Surah, then we definitely can't give him a chance to turn into Surah form. Don't stand looking at it, attack already. Looks like you don't get it. Leez, don't get caught up in this. We have to get out of here now. You know why she is stopping you, don't you? The days where you believe she cares for you are long gone. Why? Why did I come all the way here? I found this way to return to my enemies right in front of us. This is my chance to get revenge, Asha. I understand how you feel, but not right now. First of all, you have the sword back here. All I have to do is bring it with me, but you can't run off on your own. Okay, so she got it. One last god. Sorry, Kubera, story by Kurigam. Crime Punishment 12, episode 85, season 3. Why do you stop her? Do you think she's not strong enough? No, you would have stopped her anyway, even if she had enough power. Because If that Sura dies right here, right now, you no longer have an excuse to help her. Who are you? Me? I'm someone who wants more than anyone for this child to be happy. You constantly oppress her and will try to bend her to your will. So this was, oh, so that was feud, yo, holy, goodness, the scene, yo, what the fuck? Me, I'm someone who wants more for anyone for a child to be happy. You constantly oppress her and will try to bend her to your will, but I respect the path that she has chosen. It does not matter whether or not she can win right now. It does not matter if this ends in her death. If being alive ultimately means being used, the sooner everything is over, the happier she will be. I thought it would be difficult. It would be a difficult decision, but you didn't even hesitate. I hope you aren't just making any choice out of despair. A creature with no logic to its cause and effect is not even worth studying. So now so there was times where it seemed like she was being possessed by something or taken over by something, but this, oh my goodness. Boom, buzz. You're not Leez. Who are you? Why do you think I'm not? It will get complicated if other humans get involved. I will let you two talk separately. Whoosh. I see. See, the Leez I know will not be able to do this. You use a skill. You use a skill like this and still believe and expect that you're Leez. You've had contact with Leez again, haven't you? Like the day you put on the braces on your head, you met up with her again. You, tisk, her personality is getting in the way of her intelligence. Anyhow, it's an opportunity for you. Go along with it. Pretend to be the entity she speaks of. She will reveal everything on her own. You think I shouldn't be meeting this child? You can't. You can't. You, if no one else, have to be on my side. Why do you think I'm walking this path? When it comes to the last step, nothing will work without your cooperation. Ah, yes. That is not that god. It's Vishnu. You've possessed a human body since you don't have your own? Saying yes will allow you to get more out of her. Huh? You talked as if you're going to disappear forever. Looks like you found the power to possess your body at least. Did you change your mind once you recovered your powers? Does Leez, even after losing her original glittering fate, still have a higher chance of winning than me? Or was she your chosen candidate from the very beginning? No wonder from the day I met her, things started going wrong. You're an absolute being who knows the results of every choice. You should have told me all of these important things. You told me you had chosen me, but you were lying. Leez was your candidate and you were trying to use me as her guide. You wanted me to feel guilty, so you told me to kill Rao. Were you told to kill Rao? Tell me, did someone tell you to do it? Did you have no choice? If you have a story worth my pity, go on, tell me. It would have been better not to say that. I don't need to watch any longer. It seems I will return ahead of you. Go on and see the end you wanted to see. Who used that? Isn't I let you do that? Maybe Asura. You're not Vishnu. Vishnu would never just said what you said. Who are you? Why are you interfering? I told you. More than anything in this world, I wish this child's happiness. I respect the path that she has chosen. And she leaves. Why you? Why only you? What? Where did she go? A decision which respects her past self who knew nothing. How difficult. I thought I understood human beings, but it seems I have a long way to go. Shall I give her a chance to choose again? If I let her make this choice, it costs me too much. Smirk. Oh my goodness, she over there plotting in the background, puppeteering, but that was crazy. That. Do you know? I cannot wait to reread this with all the foreknowledge that I have. It's gonna hit It's gonna hit in a way that's different. I cannot fucking wait, dude. Oh my god. Her soul has already left this body. In a world without Vishnu, crying over a human corpse is utterly meaningless. I know this, and yet I'm crying. Oh, it's Gandhi from Frozen Tears now. Okay, why? Why am I crying over your death? all the stars you destroyed, including Gressian and all the humans you killed, do you feel any remorse for killing them at all? One, just one. When Agni said that, you were the only one I thought of. I knew all my past acts were what the gods called sins, but I merely knew. My loved ones wanted me to stop doing such things, so I became what they wanted. That was all. I did not stop my slaughters because I felt guilt for killing human beings. So why does it hurt with you? Why does it hurt? What are you doing here? Gandhi, the human spells were about to hit you earlier, so I had to rush to protect you. But you disappeared without saying thanks. That wasn't very nice, Hura. I'm not in the mood to talk to you. Go to Sagara or Maruna. Are you going to stay here? It might be dangerous. The battle isn't over. You overexerted yourself taking Seraphor from earlier. You must be feeling weak. If you stay here, you might be trampled to death by someone. It's none of your business. Do you want to know how to revive that human? It doesn't come for free, though. If you gain something, you have to lose something, and if you have sinned, you have to be punished. Isn't that the way of the world? I suppose it is. Oh my lord. One Last God, Kubera, story and art by Kurigam. Season 3, episode 86. Crime and Punishment 13. She's back here. You said you would return ahead of me. What kept you? How does it feel to return without even killing Maruna? You knew that things would turn out like this. I have no memory of that day, so I didn't know what had happened. But you must have known everything, and that your son would appear to intervene. It was because of the events of that day that he developed to the third stage. Even if you attacked Asha, my son would have still have developed. If you tried to attack Asha, my son would have appeared to stop you. When you saw my son in front of Maruna, your intent was to kill the weak was weakened by your conscience. You could not kill my son's brother in front of him. That meant the chance I gave you lost its justification, and you were separated from your past. After that, your past self was attacked by Maruna, and my son developed to fight him. And that is the real past which has led to the current universe. But if you had decided to kill Asha, my son's interruption would not have blunted your intent to kill. You would have ignored him and tried to attack Asha, unleashing the power of the sword. Asha's life would have been in true danger. And my son, to oppose you and your power of the sword would have developed to protect Asha. All because Vishnu's chosen candidate is Asha. For that reason alone, he would protect Asha and fight me and even develop, of course. At first, he only intends to stop you from fighting, but the moment you unleash his sword and show your intent to kill Asha, my son becomes convinced that you are the enemy his mother has planted in order to hinder Vishnu, and believes everything he has seen of you thus far is an act. How could it be otherwise? Shuri educated him for hundreds of years, and Asha gave him Vishnu's version of the story. He's a gullible child that came to believe that Vishnu was right, not his mother. If you tried in earnest to kill Asha that day, my son would have seen you as his enemy, and you would have met the most pathetic of ends, trapped inside your N15 self. I would have preferred things to turn out that way. My son would have developed and you had been removed, no longer a bother to my son. You don't care that your son would be on Asha's side. I thought Asha was Vishnu's chosen candidate. It doesn't matter. If you die that day, you also die in Saha's place, and the Anata clan does not need to continue their war. They go straight to the resurrection of Anatas. Resurrection is your goal? No, my goal is for Anata to be resurrected and for my son to die at the same time. Wait, if Anata's resurrected, your son dies, why? I can't tell you that. What I can tell you is that my son would have returned to life, having forgotten Vishnu, Shuri, all else. He consumes anything that gets in his way and grows. In the end, he swallows the universe itself. And that was the fastest route to the destruction of the universe at the time. Although right now, it's just an unfulfilled possibility. Okay. How cruel. If you wanted that to happen in the end, why did you say it was a prize for me? But it is. Even if you live, you would only suffer. What else could be What else could an early death be but a prize? And she did kind of say, Callie, man. The gods. Of course, all this would have only happened if you attacked Asha, but you chose to attack Maruna. That choice led you to becoming the person you are now. Then the incident that created current being is not a prize of a sort. Then what if you had not given me your prize? If I attacked no one that day, if I stayed unchanged, what would have happened then? My son would have not developed that day, and Simpanti would have killed him. You as well, of course. In that universe as well, Simpanti uses you to make my son suffer. And the resurrection after will commence and my son will come back to life. His development may be delayed, but it's only a detour. I don't have much to lose there either. In fact, the current universe with you still alive is the most bothersome universe for me. If it displeases you that much that I'm alive, why not just kill me? Why'd you go through all this trouble? I know, right? Why create the universe at all? Why go through all that trouble? The universe owes its existence not to precision but to sloppiness, not to order but to chaos. A machine that gives predictable answers has no value. Nothing was created because of necessity. Do you understand the meaning of my words? You mean that you're keeping me alive because my actions are predictable? You are half right and half wrong. As I said earlier, if your intention is to use me, sometimes it is better to choose to be used. You see, I intend to give you a very powerful name. One that will let you challenge even the Nastikas that scorned you in the Sura realm. A name of great power. I know, I'm so fucking speechless right now. I don't know what to say, I don't know what to do. Timey-wimey. But does that mean there's even a more future? Cause like this, all this stuff about possibilities and past and the greatest outcome keeps making me wonder if like there's stuff no one's considering, you know what I'm saying? Or like, can Leez somehow help the universe stay on this best path but find happiness, even if that happiness results in an early death? Like, you get me? Like I'm wondering all these things. Oh my god. Kurigama is ripping me apart over and over too. Like, let's keep going. Give me a name. You can do that, of course. I am a primordial god with the divine right to manage names and have a powerful names in my possession. The reclaimed names of Nastikas, the shelf name of Astikas, and even the names of ancient humans now extinct. Soon enough, you will be dead and the universe will be destroyed. Would it not be meaningful to end your life, to stand on top of the world and take vengeance for your suffering? What meaning is there to standing on top of the world? Unfortunately, your offer holds no merit for me. Oh shit. One Last God, storyline by Kurigama, Season 3, Episode 87, Crime and Punishment 14. Rather, I have a question. Earlier, about how you had given your son Yuta a name. You said he acknowledged the name, so he had the right to eat right away at his true name. I did. Then it means that whatever name you gave me, it will be meaningless if I do not acknowledge it. That is true, but are you in any position to refuse my offer? This is a double of my son, not even his real body, and yet you were utterly defenseless against me in this form. What will you do with so little power? Do you wish to die pathetically like your other selves that are now unfulfilled possibilities? You have been alive for an unfathomable length of time. I'm sure you have other solutions that do not involve a name. How interesting. You are making me a counter offer? Your prize just now taught me that your offers are never innocent. If I acknowledge a new name, I will lose my true name, and I will have a price to pay for my new name. And if the name you wish to give me is so powerful, why are you not using it yourself? That's quite a sharp question. To put it simply, because the name of a primordial god is better. Only primordial gods are free from the change of cause and effect and the beginning. So that's why you can do whatever you want. Yes, primordial gods have no obligation to pay the price, whatever they do. But there can be no child born between a god and a Sura. You would have to use the name of a Nastica to give birth to your son. Do you still have the power of a primordial god? Why is it that you limit your actions and even stay in the shadows even in a world without Vishnu? You left your son behind and disappeared several hundred years ago, and the chaos actually became nil. Is it because you are not losing your primordial god name? How confident you sound. What other explanation is for you keeping me here? You cannot come onto the open, so you wish to give me a name. No, I gave up on the idea of giving you a name when you first refused. If you have no desire for power at all, it's a waste of my time. I will make you a different offer. What about an item that has to do with your true name? True name? I'll just place on my way here. Anything else would be merely cumbersome to you right now, so I recommend just these shoes. They will greatly increase your defense and regenerative abilities while they are in contact with the earth. They are what you need the most right now. God Kubera used to use these shoes in the old universe, so they will not hurt your true name either. Really? If you don't believe me, why not take the item that and show the gods that are on Willarv? Why are you giving me help? This is any benefit to you all. Keeping you alive is no benefit to me either. Kubera Leez. Whose pawn do you think you are? Well, if Asha is Vishnu pawn, I thought that you are mine. The sword of return and the height of bondage are both yours. All the Nistikas and all the gods and Nistikas told me that you were trying to use me, that you were trying to shift the weight of sins onto me. Give it your all, Kelly. You think it's just justice to stand against us, but the creatures of a dying universe, you are nothing more than evil. Well, do your best then. I hope you do not come to regret that you accepted the likes of an item rather than a name that would covet. That all would covet, sorry. What about you? Are you sure you won't regret letting me live and giving me this item? Perhaps. Leez, Utah? See, I told you I said Leez would be here since she doesn't know how to work the elevator. What the hell, you two? If you managed to get away safely, you should have come find us. We were worried about you and you're here hanging out by yourselves. I'm sorry, I was looking for something for what? What is up there? Callie's body. The objective of our mission. We found it already. Ran, just a minute. You know, this guy now looked through the gap and saw the doors and we saw completely different things. He says he saw a bunch of tattered rags. I don't agree at all. I'm sure it's Callie naked. I'm telling you, she's 100% nude. To be continuing as Utah, like, shuddering. I don't know what's going to happen. I just... But now here's the crazy thing. I don't trust Vishnu as much as Callie. I don't know if anyone else kind of holds this kind of belief, but I value truth, authenticity, and honesty so much that if you were just a bad person, I'd rather you just be a bad person. Like let's just say you were just like somebody who's just like in a position of power and you abused it and people called you out and you're like, yo, I can do what I want, I'm the boss, and you were like that, like that just lets me know you are not the type of person I wish to be with and interact with. I'm gonna go do something else. I'm gonna go talk to somebody else, be somebody else. Like if somebody's openly racist and just racist or something like that, I'd be like, okay, yeah, I don't talk to that person. You know, I always say I respect somebody who's gonna you know, quote unquote defeat me by putting the weapon to my head, as opposed to the person who pretends to be my friend for 10 years and is poisoning every meal that I eat so I die of natural causes, but they've been killing me for a decade. I can operate on the truth. Whether or not the truth is good or bad, I can operate on it. When it's murky and and muddy and I don't know what the truth is and I'm operating on a lie, I don't know what action I can take because I don't have truth. So Callie to me has been pretty upfront about the options that what she wants to do. The same way Sagra's like, I'm doing this, I'm doing it in whatever way happens. Like they're honest about who they are, and I can respect that from the people who pretend to be good, like Gandhi and stuff like that. I think Vishnu was hiding something crazy. I don't know if I trust Vishnu. I can't say that I trust Callie, but at least when it comes to Callie, it seems that like what I see is what I get, and I can kind of operate with that a bit more. Okay, let's keep it going. Ran doesn't know what's going on. That's all. He means no offense, so please. Huh? Why are you being so formal to Yuta? Ran, this might be difficult to believe, but listen. Right now, Yuta you're making me sad, Leez. You said you don't need to take your revenge on your enemy anymore. You said, does it matter if I'm his brother? Why are you trying to distance yourself from me now? Hey, don't be so hard on him. I noticed you were awkward around each other all the way from Will Live, and now you're trying to distance yourself from him. No, Rand, this is making it uncomfortable that I know so much. I was just trying to get an item that will help you since we're here. I only hope to lessen your suffering for only a little. Well, he had a good intention. Just accept the item. What did he ever do wrong? I feel sorry for the guy. You feel sorry for? No, you're right, Rand. I just felt like I didn't know him. I didn't mean this to myself. It was, for some reason, he isn't the Yuta I know today. One Last God. Yo! This is so crazy, dude. One Last God, Kubera, story number Kurigam. Season 3, episode 88, Crime Punchman 15. Come on, don't say that. Sometimes I suddenly realize he's really old as well. He's a Rakshasa. He grows in complete days to us humans. He was a little kid 7 years ago. He still prefers it when we're informed with him. So isn't it bad to do what he wants? Huh? What? You never said you prefer informality. So what? Ugh, no. Why would I? I just don't feel like it. I said I don't want to. It is kind of nice seeing Maruda in this role, to be honest. It's a treat in itself. It's interesting in its own right. Okay. I'm glad you see reality quickly, Kubera, at least. Think about whose pawn that beast can be and stop talking about things better left hidden. Right. Let's go up and find what we came to this planet to find. Ram, let's not do that anymore. My mother isn't in a state to fully revive. When I was here last time, she was recovering and looked like she would revive soon, but this time her condition has deteriorated. It looks like she gave him a revival and used her power elsewhere. Deteriorated? That can't be. She looks completely normal to me. Really? Then let's go check again. That's completely different to what I saw before. Is that what you saw before earlier? No. It's worse than it was earlier. Earlier it looked like it had a head at least, but this time, you want to look, Leez? Yes, Leez. Check whether or not you see the same thing. What is she gonna see over there? I think my mother used powers that took a lot out of her. She hasn't even fully recovered. I think she'll be out of action for a while. Wow, how long is a while? Several hundred years. How was several hundred years a while? Anyhow. It's certain that in my current condition, she can't affect our reality. What? She gave up? Why? Perhaps my mother thought that even if it meant she couldn't revive, using her power now would lead her to achieving her goal in the end. Callie's goal is destruction of the universe, isn't it? Yes, my mother would have put a plan of destruction in motion while even giving up her physical body. Ran, were you waylaid by any type of power on your way here? I don't know for sure, but this guy says I was hit by psychological transcendental. Looks like Ran is talking to himself. That would have been a diversion. The real problem would have been happening elsewhere. Somewhere else. Don't you see it? It's been several months since we've got here. Wait, what? That can't be true. We spent 3 days in the water channel, one over here, no around. There's a possibility that more time passed than we knew. The Rakshasa hit by a transcendental too? Did he suddenly collapse or stop like he was sleeping? Yes, he stopped like he had fallen asleep. If we're going to keep talking, or at least keep walking, or if you're going to keep talking, or at least keep walking. First, you talk nonsense, and now you're asleep with your eyes open. If I left you sleeping, and I looked at then it's certain that all of us were under the influence of the transcendental at the same time. And during the time of Wilnarv, no, Rana. What is it? Tell me what's happening. I only heard one side of your conversation. I'll explain as we go. Come to the water channel. Leez, you have to hurry up. Go. You are already late. What about your son? Are you planning to take over his body permanently? Will you pretend to be your son in front of the gods on Willarv? You still worried about that? You have forgot this is not my son's real body. I am able to do this because he's a double. If I could take over his real body, this universe would have already been destroyed. Then your son is back in his real body, which is in the Sura realm. He was only ever in the Sura realm. He was controlling this double from afar. And I severed that connection temporarily so it could take over. My strength has a limit now. I can't do this much longer. The connection will be severed soon, and my son's connection will resume. Is it because of me that your body's deteriorated so far? Because you used too much power to give me your prize? I don't understand. You said your goal of destruction of the universe. It surely would have been better to act yourself, but you gave up on revival and use your costly powers on to make use me. Said, look how agitated you are, Kubera Leez. You are so weak to the goodwill of others. How troubled you will be if I do not give you an answer. So I will not find the answer. I will not find the answer yourself, Kubera Leez. However, it is true that Willov is in danger, so I would advise you to make haste. Oh shit. What's going on over there now? Now, do you know what this kind of reminds me of just a little bit? It kind of reminds me of Breath of the Wild, Calamity Ganon. His malice taking over, becoming so strong that he gives up on reincarnation just so he can basically destroy Hyrule and whatnot. This is good shit. This is like crack to me right now. I can't stop. This is like crack. I need this. This is the goated. While we were here, something happened on the Wheel Live and everyone's in danger. We need to get back now. If I was in danger, is it Sagra? So it wasn't a bluff when she said she was planning something. What do I do? Rana. But doesn't it take a few days to return to where we came? It might be too late. But there's no other way. Conchess had the largest temple of chaos in the universe. Before Kelly's disappearance, this temple was her base. It was supposedly a path that was connected to every water channel in the world. What? Why didn't you tell me sooner? How could I when you weren't telling me what your conversation was about? I can't even see my brother's double and I had no idea what was going on. You're the one who said we need to set off for the water channel. No, he's not listening. He's already leaving. One last con. Compare story. Oh, season 3, 89. Crying Punishment 60. That's too funny. That's so funny. Kubera is fun. It's a funny ass series, all things considered. But it's just like pain. It's just pain, dude. Like, oh god. All right. Of course, we can't go back to where we came. Ran, let me finish. Don't run off like by yourself like that. A path connected to all the wide channels in the universe. Why didn't we use to get here? Then would have been faster. It's a one-way path. It can't be used to get to what. Oh, it can be used to get to our channel, not the other way around. Why though? Because the water channels were created by the primordial god Brahma. And this path is the work of my mother. With the power of order and creation, one can distort space, but not time. This is the limit of Brahma's power. You're difficult to understand today. What I meant is my mother's item is on a higher dimension. I don't get what that means either. Can you three stand on the platform now? Hey, come up here and stand on the platform. Step. Crack. Wow, this place is decorated to look like outer space. It's not decorated, it's space itself. Be careful, I'm going to track planet Wilnar's present. If you fall from the platform halfway through, there's no way. It's impossible to track where you've fallen. Oh shit, get a seatbelt. How do you know all this? I just want the creation, but did you have a chance to learn how to use it? Your mother told you about this as well? Well, my mother wanted me to follow in her footsteps one day. I think she wanted to teach me as much as possible before then. It is a little bit interesting that there's been a couple of situations where I feel like a lot of the times Leez is the one in the dark, and it feels like now a lot of the time she has information that people don't have, that she has for one reason or another she keeps to herself, which is very, very fascinating to me. So yeah, whoosh. I think we found that this is. It's gone? What? You said you were looking for Wilna where it has been destroyed. The gods have returned to their realms and all the other creatures are dead. It looks like they decided to sacrifice one planet to stop a bigger danger. What the hell are you saying? Ran, calm down. Ran, calm down. Let him go first. You want me to calm down? You said the village was destroyed. Maybe you can calm down since you don't have any family left. Oh, shit. I'm sorry. I don't know why. Don't right understand. I've been in this position. I know how you feel. Calm down. Listen to what you don't get worked up. It's not like you can bring the dead back to life by shouting. Oi, Ran. Okay, I'll calm down. That kid, I thought he was okay for Asura, but well, now I get it. Asura's Asura. He had me fooled. There's still a way to reverse things. As I said before, this item can distort time as well. We can go back to before it was destroyed. And take us back till we set off. No, we can't go back that far. It's a bit dangerous since you might encounter our past selves. We don't have enough fragments to power us that far. All this considered, it would be better to go back to Willarv as it was 2 days after we left the city. Right now, let's go back right now. We can return to the city right away. Alert everyone and prepare. It's ready. You just need to go through the portal. Before that, we will have to decide which one of us will go first. Does it matter? I'll just go anyways. The item was originally made for the use of my mother alone. It can't transport several people at the same time. Once one person steps through, history itself changes. Many calculations and adjustments are necessary for the next person to go through and meet the previous person. It might even be that they never met. Frustrated, not being able to hear anything. What do you think? Right, Danita, what do you think? Who do you think should go first? If I tell the answer, will you believe me? Think about it, Leez. I think my mother's goal here will be to replace the destruction of one planet with the destruction of the universe. Leez, I'll go first. No, I will. I know that you don't know. It would be better for me to go first. I'll make preparation to wait for you soon. Crime and punishment end. Next chapter. Soul. And she fucking smiles. Exactly what she wanted to fucking see. I'm gonna keep going. Fuck it. Soul. We reading. We not stopping. I can't stop right now. I can't stop right now. I can't stop. I gotta keep going. I gotta at least read one of these. Alright, so we're on Soul. Creek. Open. This place again. I'll have to start at the beginning. One last god. Yo, Soul. Another failed attempt. Yes, I spent a lot of time dreaming, a lot of dream time wandering with another dead end. I think Claude's unconscious mind is creating these dreams. Don't strain yourself, take it slowly. At least they don't seem to be many more dangerous looking in these dreams. All you need to do is find Claude's consciousness somewhere in that maze. Ran, Safrafi, you bastard, you mother, if you can come back out. Where did that bottle come from when it had alcohol? I went and outside to buy it. What? Why does she think she can? Miss Tio, would you look at these papers? It's Miss Sierra's job, but the Temple of Mature took care of most of the paperwork. I think you might need to look at these. Okay, give me those and take Rana out of here. Rumors concerning the Mrs. Priest, Claude, Prince rumors of concerning the bearer of the sword of return. Least have rumors concerning the half. Protecting, remove all these rumors, controversy in extreme cases. Piety. Rumors concerning that the gods are protecting the. Oh shit. Is Ruva being properly guarded? Yes. I think he's still in solitary confinement. I asked the guards and said he normally stays completely silent. Agni and Chandra visit him occasionally asking questions. Other than that, Agni and Chandra aren't here at the moment, are they? No, Chandra's returned to Rind Hollow and Agni has gone somewhere with Princess Brileth. Alright. Okay. So she can talk to himself. We should have investigated the place sooner. We forgot it all along with Sagara's existence. If Sagara's back, we should have checked this place first. I don't know if there's anything left where seeing Sagara would have exterminated clues and clues lead to her. This planet has made much more progress than I thought. Don't you feel the traces, Agni? This is what you know best. It felt familiar, so I didn't notice. At least it wasn't used to develop weapons in earnest. Whether destroyed by the nasty gods or by a self-destructive war by the gods, it is the fate of humans to be removed when they become a threat. At any rate, the energy wasn't used for destruction alone. There was another force acting in the center, and while the energy was being used up and spreading that force over a larger area, I would guess that Asha Rahira was standing in the center and Sagra, the Ananta clan, was surrounding her. Ananta would have been in the process of being summoned. I suspect Asha used Hotni Vishnu's spell here on Ananta here. As a result, the summoning was cancelled and Asha disappeared at the side effect of the spell. Leez told us about Saha's research. If Saha's research was correct, only Asha would disappear as a consequence of Hotni Vishnu. But because of the explosion, everything within the race was infected. And that Sagra also disappeared. Not only Sagra, but the surrounding Anatas and the environment around them. This is what the Earth looks like after an explosion. This area itself has disappeared. Then if the crater has not been filled even though Sagra is back, it means that things did not return to the place of disappearance. That's a good point. The place Sagra told Maruna about most likely... seems most likely. The Maruna had enough information? No, the seed Sagra gave Maruna instructions without informing him of the underlying purpose. So he's no use to us on that front either. Maybe we should have killed him. You still think that? Of course. He has killed countless humans without hesitation and feels no remorse for his action. He has only surrendered temporarily for the sake of his development. He is a little help to us while he is still in his fourth stage, but letting him develop only means creating another enemy. It is best to use him and kill him when we're done. There's nothing much... Well, she probably doesn't... I wonder if Agni probably doesn't like seeing her like this, but... Ultimately, I do think that she's a lot more, useful this way, but damn. I don't know. How do you guys feel about the whole silent magic thing? Just out of curiosity. How do you guys feel about that? I don't think I wouldn't engage, but I don't think I would be a good magician anyways, because of the calculations. I think I'd be a good fighter, though, in this world. I think I'd be like a Raul Leez type. I'm athletic, too, There's nothing for us to see here. Must be a pet Sagra, so we'll be okay. Sagra told Maruna, knowing I would use insight on him, it means she wanted to lead me there. Whatever Sagra was planning, she won't be a threat to you. Unless Anata suddenly appears, nothing on this planet can stop you. I'm worried about your safety. Whether I take you or leave you behind is dangerous. I am no longer the weak summoner that required your protection, Agni. So your worries are... Oh. Sagra. Was it Sagra or some other Nata? I don't think it's a Sura. It don't attack her just yet. Wait. Leez? Oh, shit. So this is where she was transported to, save Willarv and stuff. Okay. Oh, sorry, I was just checking how much the chapters I've sold. I think it's 11. Leez. Agni, Princess Brilith, why are you outside of the water channel? So this is one of the channel's entrances. It must have been buried in the explosion 7 years ago. Oh yeah, sees 42 right there. In the explosion 7 years ago. I remember this path. I use this path as well. I wondered why the servers were gathered near the cave, so it was a channel entrance. Which means they had a reason for needing to use the channel at the time. Miss Leez, why did you suddenly come back? Is the rest of your party underway? That's... Miss Leez, it can't be. You can't. Can it be you can't speak? Nod. If you cannot speak in front of me, there aren't many gods that fit the bill. The most likely is probably Kali. Did Kali do something? Are the others in danger? I need to speak. I need to tell them. It can't be happening. I came back so I can tell them. Crack. I need to tell them how to write. Is she gonna break the bracelet so she could tell them? Stop, Leez. Don't force yourself to speak. Miss Leez, although you can't explain the details, I understand something has happened and you really want to tell us. If we take it slowly and talk about other things, we may be able to work out what's going on. Thank you, both of you. The problem isn't us, it's someone else. Chandra, he won't stand this. If he tries to harm you, I can't stop that, but I can stop him from being suspicious of you. Miss Leez, whatever the others think of you, whatever say to you, whatever suspicions that fall on you, don't take things to heart. In a situation like this, people are bound to be suspicious of you. Kali may be intending exactly that kind of conflict and discord, so bear with it. However, sharp his tongue, Chandra is a god we need to cooperate with. I understand. One last god, Kubera, Story and Art, Kurigam. Season 2, episode 91. Fuck Chandra, dog. I'll talk to him however I want to talk to him. Lila talks to him. You should eat something, otherwise you'll starve to death. Rufa, you're a half, aren't you? You were living in the half village. When I told you to come to the city, you came with me. You did. I only for a short time, but I thought you were nice enough for good at adapting. But I heard a strange rumor that you were Sura that attacked Kalimun 7 years ago. And since Gandra has lost control at that time, perhaps you're the Nastika whose emotional residence with them, Gandavra. Do you believe that? As the head of the Fighters Guild and Priestess, I think it's a reasonable suspicion. But on a personal level, there are some things that bother me. Why did you come with me to the city that day? If you're ruling on Nastica hiding in the half village, you never should have followed me. You had many possible excuses that you feared the city life, that you hated humans. You could have given a half-like excuse and refused my offer, or you could have used the Garuda clan of Rakshaks as an excuse. You know that Runa, who has been with you, has been revealed to be a Rakshasa, right? There are people who remember him from 7 years ago. Yes, I heard. Elwyn says that the Rakshasa must have been threatening you to making you helping her. She told me to give you direction 7 years ago. Yes, I helped Elwyn 7 years ago. I see. If all that is true, then would you take a look at this? What was it? She's so good at the cutaway, bro. I'm like, yo, let me see that. Let me see that. Come on, dog. Elwyn, what's that book you keep writing in? You said you were done with homework. Miss Tio asked me to do some writing for her. Writing? What writing? Her diary. She asked you to write her diary? How strange. She normally hates writing. That's why she asked me. She wants me to write past diary entries, so I dug through my memories and wrote in Miss Tio's voice. I said that? I said write it, so it sounded like me. This is what you were like at the time. Do you really think the rumors that he was your secret lover came out of nowhere? If you were really writing back then, you have written worse. She was kind of giddy. She was all like, but then Gandavra can't be. What is he gonna do? It can't be worth all this trouble for him. Yo, Tio, put the sword in his. Oh, but you know what's crazy though? If someone else takes it into their own hands to take him out and undo what Agni is doing, then that only leaves us with the second best possible future. What does one do? Well, I don't know. I don't have the answer. Sway. Oh, brother. He said he had 20 years of cooking experience and his cooking is really amazing. 20 years means he's older than I thought. Who cares? I'm probably older than he is. Seriously, today as well. I didn't write in my diary every day, so the entries are spaced up, but you can see the pattern, right? Look how happy I am and totally oblivious to what's about to happen. Isn't the whole apple peeling episode really funny? Yes, it's a funny story, right? If this is what I wrote down in my diary, imagine how much more happened. It's a shame I don't have those memories. You don't remember? Nope, I died 7 years ago during the attack and I was revived by Hotni Vishnu. The calculations were correct, so I suppose I have returned to just before my memory with no memory problem, but there was an error in the calculation that disrupts this area. So the last memory I have is patrolling outside the city with Elwyn just before meeting that man as it happened, so I have no memories of him at all. I see, but why are you showing me this? Because 7 years ago during the attack, people saw him. He was at the scene where the fighters from the guild were murdered, and he disappeared protected by the Garuda clan Rakshasa. You were half who has been seen with the Rakshasa until lately. Do you really know nothing about the man? To be continued. I wonder if he'll admit it. I don't think he will, because he's a fucking coward. Gandhi's a fucking coward, loser, idiot, dumb, bozo, clown, ugly, short, chibi, balding. I'm just saying shit. Sorry, you guys know how I feel about him. Don't like him. Wait, he's upset that she doesn't remember him? But you already know about the soul stuff. I acknowledge that. If I, it will. What obviously will happen? Your suspicion will turn to contempt, and you will look at me coldly, like Agni's woman. But then there won't be. I don't know anything, really. You see no trace of the man you've met since you met the Rakshasa. And the Rakshasa, never mentioned him at all. No, the Rakshasa just abducted me so we could pretend we were half brothers. I don't know much. Didn't Elwin tell you? This is only convenient too for my disguise. He's no brother of mine. I forced him to accompany me here. In fact, he knows next to nothing about me. Yes, Elwin did say that you heard him say that, so you know the truth. I was used, that's all. You said to yourself, Miss T.O., if I'm that Nastica, there's no, things that don't make sense. It's a ridiculous idea. Is it? Phew, I think she believes me. I'll have to thank Maruna for saying that. I did well to lie. T.O.'s the only human who ever made me guilty. This is part of me trying to maintain a friendly relationship with her. Manika, look at me. I'm still trying. Well then, this has nothing to do with you, but let me ask you another question. There's another way. If there's a way I can recover my memories of him, what should I do? One Last God, story and art by Kurigam, season 3, episode 92. Soul. You asked Ran about Hadni Vishnu, so that's why you wanted to talk to me again. Anyways, I'm glad you did, Miss Tio. You're not in the same situation as me, but it's only been 7 years, so you can still consider going back. My brother made this chance for me, but I still don't want to use it. Okay? It will reverse everything and bring back your old soul. Your lost memories will be restored as well. If my old soul comes back, will I still be myself? Do you think the old soul is Tio and you're not? Just like you didn't think I was the real Irie? No, I am Tio Rakan. I just don't remember the months leading to my death, but I have all the memories from my childhood until now. But who else would I be but Tio? If that's what you think, then you don't need to. Then you don't need to worry that you'll become someone else. Whatever soul you have, you are still yourself, Miss Tio. I don't believe that. Stop changing the subject and come here. It's your reflection you should be showing me. Why are you suddenly talking about me instead? Because you and I have been placed in similar positions through being resurrected. Similar? You must be kidding me. I was revived normally with Hadni Vishnu not long after I died, and you were revived abnormally 5 years after. This is the flashback. That's impossible, even with Hadni Vishnu. And that's why you're not the real Arvi and you're an imposter pretending to be her. What do you think I should do? I think it doesn't matter either way, but since I chose to live on like this, I hope you will value your present over your past. Why did you tell me all of this then? If you hadn't told me, I'd been perfectly content to live like this. I thought you should have the chance to choose, and I didn't know whether you would feel differently. If you can't decide, perhaps you should ask the people around you what they think. The memories you lost 7 years ago? You know a way of getting them back? You're asking me my opinion? I don't know, I guess. Of course you should recover your memories. I shouldn't be too excited. Isn't it better to remember things if you can? It might be things you didn't write down in your diary, even if it means losing the 7 years since my resurrection. Should I get back my memories of him, even if it means giving up 7 years worth of memories? So it seems that there's like an exchange. So it's like you can get the memories of the quote unquote guy you love or was into up until your quote unquote death, but you lose every single second of that. I wouldn't do it personally speaking, but I'm not that sentimental in that sense. Like I would have moved on after 7 years, and I would have just made peace with it. I probably just would have killed this guy in the cage, to be honest. Okay, tell me next time we meet that I don't have to sit here for long. Why are you asking me instead of people who know you well? Everyone else took it lightly, but you look like you were thinking seriously about my question. I'll look forward to your answer. Until next time, click. Will she please, because I took her question seriously? This is good. I'll have to think about what answer to give. Are you done, President? No way. You want to throw away 7 years for those few months? Those memories aren't worth that much to me, Miss Tio. So basically it means losing 7 years of progress. Why do you want to do that? I think you are perfect as you are now, Miss Tio. All of them said that without even hesitation, that I should choose my present over my past, but you could not decide. You alone weighed all those fleeting memories against my last 7 years. Gandhavra. Oh, so she knows. Again, always knows. Yo, is Tio rising back in my heart? In my cold corner? I don't know. I don't know. We gotta see. We gotta see what I need. My Tio, original Tio. I need the original soul, the initial soul. You know what I'm saying? This is interesting. There's Agony just looking out the window. Does God hover trouble you so much? You haven't stopped looking at the direction since we arrived in Calibu. I wasn't looking at him, but it's fine. It'll be faster if I talk. First of all, this isn't even a God level item, much less God Kubera's items. It must have been Cali who lied to you about this, right? I don't know what else that God has told you, but I think it's likely that what you're trying to do so desperately to convey us will turn out to be another one of Cali's lies. One Last God, story now by Kirby Gum, season 3, episode 93, soul 4. You may have been deceived into being separated from your party. Perhaps it would have been better to decide more carefully. Did you not have enough time? My strength is at its limit. I can't do this much longer. The connection we separated. It could have been a lie, but if it was true, Cali could have disappeared while I hesitated. And we would have lost the only way to save our planet to turn back time. I just wanted to prevent the worst. I understand. Don't force yourself to speak if you can't. The worst? The destruction of the universe? Probably. No. Oh. This is like, yo, the gods are playing. No. What's that game called? That they used to play in like the Big Bang Theory with like it's like it was like chess, but it was like I don't think it was it just fourth dimensional chess? I don't know, but it feels like the game that Cali's playing right now just seems to be not what everyone's playing. Everyone else is like on some primitive, I'm throwing pine cones at pine cones, and they playing the most like extravagant intellectual game of them all. Sorry, not the cover. One's perceived world changes depending on one's life experience. We lived on 7 different planets, but that's not true for you, is it, Leez? That's it. What I saw was you saw a specific feature in which this planet was destroyed. You can use insight on Leez when she's like this? No, but it was just a feeling. I don't think the two of us are necessary here. What do you think, Priestess? Fine, there are a few other things we need to take care of. Splitting up will be more efficient than all of us focusing on this. Click. Leez, do you want to sit down? Staying tense won't make the problem easier to solve. God, Agony, Cali, we were well acquainted once. By look at the face, you already know. Well, the conclusion is that I'm not enemies with Cali. I'm also Vishnu's friends, and Brahma made me an item. Leez, this war isn't the kind that can be easily divided into my side and your side. An ordinary card game, each player has cards in their hand and there may be cards on the table, but in this game there is so much cheating. Facts. Putting cards in someone else's hand, stealing cards, fighting other players over a card over the card until it almost rips in the process. But the biggest tragedy is that there is an even bigger card that believes itself to be a player of the game. Victim. What's going on, man? Rigara, are you awake? Sagara? You're the last. The weaker ones all died, so I recruited some help from the other clans. Is this enough for us to start again? The Klosh, she would have died if she was there, but luckily she escaped the explosion and she was out looking for Klosh. Klosh and her have all survived. Yes, I see. I am glad. Now for the human who did this to us, we're waiting to kill it the moment it returns. But since it hasn't appeared yet, it may have returned already ahead of us. Has there been no information reported amongst the humans? The magic of such a magician would have been remarked upon. We've been collecting quite a bit of information, but so far nothing. We who disappeared along with the human are fully aware of its existence, but everyone else is still uncertain about it. Well, then it's possible the human has not returned yet, which is why we can't leave this planet yet. We have to consider the possibility that the human may appear. I am sorry for saying this when I was late for returning, but what will happen if we stay here and the gods and have like Attack this place, that'll be unfortunate. Look over there, Ragara. Who? Takara? Taraka? It's dangerous, Sagara. You need to protect me, Ragara. They are our cards to use as we see fit. To be continued. Super crazy. Super crazy. Just sitting there. Bulling. Looking at me. Fuck you looking at? Then Agni, who do you think the players are in this war? What do you think? Perhaps it's a battle between Vishnu and Kali. It feels like everyone else is just being used. Me too? I'm sorry. No, don't be. It's true. I'm being used. But Leez, at the very least, there's probably more players than just those two. Last God. Story not by Kurigam. 94, 3, Soul 5. I wanted to log in this stream. The time is too long. Everything outside this dream is fitting like what happened decades ago. I'll keep going. If I keep going, I'll be in danger. But this dream has lasted a lot longer than my previous attempts, so it looks like I found the right path. I might not be so lucky with the next dream, so I'll keep going a bit longer. Claude? That's it. That's definitely Claude the Trial. I finally found him. Claude. Wait, Claude. Claude. Wait, stop. Claude. Just chasing you to the elements? Desert? I can't do this. I know it's a dream, but running nonstop for months? Damn, Claude making me suffer even in my dreams. Ooh, fuck me. Get up. Layla Himawati. If you sleep here, you will die, and Claude with you. Another enemy? Just how many did Claude create? Who blocked this? Well, for a modern human being, you have great skill in solid magic. Such skill was uncommon even amongst those of the ancient human race. It is not easy to fight alone through long years of experience time. He speaks as if humans are inferior. It must be the god that gave Claude his oracle, a solidified form of the memory. If Claude created this figure as a god, there's no way for me to defeat it. You have good judgment, human. If you wish to find Claude, now follow me and don't try anything. Not try anything rash. I don't know if I could take this. I can't. I don't like being looked down upon like that. I don't like condescension. So I would be the most blasphemous human you ever seen. No one's talking to me like Agni, like blah blah blah. Agni, who the fuck did you think I was, bitch? I'll pour some water on you. It's half joke. I'm kind of joking, but yeah, I don't like. If this is Claude's memory of a god conversing with, it could only tell me many things. Are you the divinity that gave Claude an oracle, the god of death, Yama? Did Claude say so? Why not just develop a list for a second? He hasn't said so directly, but Claude's sister was revived 5 years after she died. Surely the god of death is the only one capable of such a feat, and Claude has triple death attributes. Yes, Claude is the priest of death, and death is just indeed the jurisdiction of Yama. Yama may delegate lesser work to his underlings, but he takes care of the important work personally. Outside interference is unlikely. He speaks of Yama in the third person. If there's another one capable of interfering, it would probably be someone Yama trusts implicitly. So it's her. This one's all done to Yama. Sorry to ask you suddenly. I thought I was nearly on track, but then there was a pile of work. No worries, but aren't you going to check? There's no need. Of course, you would have made the right judgments. You know, Yama, you aren't hearing quite a few summoning spells from the human realm. Aren't you hearing? Of course, many. I'm just ignoring them all. I don't have the leisure to answer to each and every plea. Yes, of course, you're always busy, but considering the situation these days, maybe you should answer one of these more important summons. I can take care of your work. Important summons. Most humans who give up part of their lifespan and attempt to summon are in a desperate situation. Their problems cannot be ranked in order of relative significance. If I cannot be summoned by all of them, it is better to ignore all of them. Such a prude, never a chink in his armor. It might be better to give up. So she's trying something. Claude. Snatch. What are you doing? You said you helped me find Claude. He's right there. Why are you here, Lila Himawati? To wake up Claude to dig up information from his dreams? If it is the former, I will give you Claude, hold him, and end your dream tracking. Of course, that means you will get more information. What if I'm here for information? Then I have all the information you need. You only have to talk to me. After our conversation over, I will return Claude's lifespan to what it was. I lengthened his lifespan for my oracle, but now it has become unnecessary. To be continued. This is so fucking cool, dude. This is so interesting. Man, just as a suggestion. Not your suggestion, but when I say, hey, recommend me some fire, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I want to see. Not no Black Clover. People be recommending me some mid. I need some shit like Kubera. This is what I'm trying to experience. Stories like this. Give me something of quality. I be asking for recommendations and people give me shit like Chainsaw Man. I don't care about no Chainsaw Man. Give me Kubera. This is the type of stories I've been looking for. Then I will take Claude. Is that so? I expected you to give it more thought. If you think you can discover information from Claude after you awaken, you are mistaken. I am aware. That's why Chandra told me to track his dream. He said if information I could find. He said I was to find information while Claude was unconscious. Then by choosing to awake Claude by taking revenge I give you, you are not going against the God's will. The will of the gods does not determine my life. Hardly persuasive. Most of your life has been shaped by your oracle. Is it not because of Chandra's instruction that you've been living by your false name, Lila? Have you considered why I followed the oracle? Because I like the God who caused my teacher to die, or because I fear him, or because I think he is in the right? If you really are God, that you should understand where my heart truly lies. Ooh, she barring up. I like her. Yo, this. Is this? Well, for online webtoons, I don't think it's debatable in terms of this is probably one of the series where I think the female cast is just it's superior. It's just super. I don't even know. I kid you not. When it comes to talking about Kubera about everybody at this point, I've some of my friends have started to read it. A couple of my friends are in season 2 right now. I'm running out of superlatives. I'm like phenomenal, incredible, masterclass, elite, go, good. It's a masterpiece. Like I'm running out of superlative. This shit is gold. It's just be a part of the experience. Anyways, if you are God, you know my heart lies. Does Chandra know this? Whether you really hate me, I suspect he does. He merely wants to deny it. One Last God, Kubera, story up by Gurigan. Season 3, episode 95, Soul 6, Tisk, that one. He aspires to cold rationality, but he has not lost his habits of falling headlong into anything which interests him. In that respect, he resembles my old friend. Perhaps that's why he loses every time. Interesting. What is he losing? At any rate, I give you Claudia's promise, and your answer today has pleased me, so I will give you that. This? Protect yourself. Your God does not have the strength to protect you wholly. In the future I see, you are dead. Can this stop my death? I do not know. There is no perfect solution when fighting those who exist above time. That item will merely open a few new possibilities. Whether any becomes real is up to you and those around you. Interesting. So go. Claude no longer needs to fulfill his oracle, so this maze-like unconsciousness is unnecessary. I will take back the oracle I gave him, and with it, the darkness in his mind. Before you go, could you not tell me anything else to help me? Did you not choose Claude over my information? Yes, but fine. We will not have a chance to mix again, so I will tell you one more thing. What has moved me today was your decision to save Claude instead of seeking information. You should not forget that part of you. Okay. Solid. Did it work? This dream was even longer than the last one. Wasn't it several years? Was it several years in the dream? Longer than that. It feels like I succeeded in waking Claude at any rate. Lila? Ugh! I just told you not to just use her name. Priestess Lila. He's ill, Chandra. Don't. Yeah. Wait. Hold on. You slapped this man frame one when he just woke up from a coma? I never seen some shit like that in my life. Now, can you imagine? You're in a coma, and you wake up, you look at some girl, and you're like, like, Naomi. I told you not to call her that! Yo! That was some One Piece S/him humor. That's funny. Sorry. I had a moment. I had to do that. Sorry. What do you mean? Ill. He was perfectly fine, just asleep. Now he's awake. Wait, what's wrong? What did you do? I told you to get information. It was a long dream. Using insight will be more convenient for you. Oh shit, I see. Then I will tell you the important facts. I was in a situation where I had to make a choice between Claude's life and the information he had. What? Then if Claude's awake, it means, Lila, are you crazy? God, you gave me a fright. What the hell? This is not like you at all. Of course you should have chosen the information. Why save the likes of... Boom. Speaking... Would you stop speaking in such a threatening manner? I may be lower life form than you, but threatening me does not help your authority. I don't expect you to be like Agni, but I would hope that we can have a conversation like this. Interesting. Miss Leez. Princess Sierra, are you okay now? Yes, I woke up a few moments ago, and the first thing I wanted to do was see you. Oh my god. Why do you want to see her? Why does he want to see her, guys? Why? Tell me right now. None of you are here, but tell me. Tell me right now. Agni. I don't even know which god to pray to at this point. Like, Jehovah? I'll pray to me. That's what I'm praying to, myself. An item. Where did you get it? Do you need me to answer? Answer me. Try touching it, Claude. Why? What is this? Merely touching it seems to cause no problems. Were you just experimenting on me just now? What if something could happen to me? It does nothing to Claude, so why are you so aware of it, Chandra? This item is meant for my protection. I think I will need it. Do not worry. I am your summoner and priestess want to protect the city. I will not disregard my obligations, and in public I will show you the necessary respect as I always done. But that will be the end of it. Waiting on you while you take a bath is not part of my job description as a summoner. Did I hear her right? You made Lila wait while you took a bath? Ha. I told you to just use her name. You're hardly any person to do that. I've seen something similar to this before. So that, like, so that's what I was thinking, right? Because hold on, I'm gonna see if I got the staff of Agni had like a, from his fire and not ability user. So it's just like a god class weapon shit made from a god. So this Chandra, a piece of like Chandra. Interesting. It thickens. It would be better to ask Agni about this item. One Last God, Kubera, story done by Kurigam, Season 3, Episode 96, Soul 7. Princess Lila said this from Rin Hollow just now, a moment ago. It's addressed to God Agni or Priestess Brilith. Isn't Priestess Lila able to get here instantly through Chandra? Why is she sending a letter? It's true. Maybe it's not important enough to require Chandra's help. She wants to see it. If she wants Agni to see it, I don't think it's unimportant. Priestess, huh? What? You need to get some rest. You're working far too much these days. No, it's fine. If Sierra isn't fit to work, of course I need to take care of everything. The halves that were in the Chaos Temple are here now as well. I just hope Sierra, Sierra recovers soon then. Priestess, what? Is she fall asleep again? Yes, I'll go give some stuff. I need him. Teach him to get something else. I think she's sleepy, I think. On top of her duties, she has guild work, and she looks like she's been making time to read as well. Ever since the incident 7 years ago, she's been working really hard to widen her knowledge and stuff, isn't she? A lot of halves that followed her out there died in the incident, so, oh, yeah. Yeah. The man who tricked the priest was to blame, but she probably can't forgive herself for being deceived. It's more than enough to change a person. Wait. Aren't all these books to do with resurrection? That's true. Is that's bothering her? Is that she been resurrected back then? No, I wonder. I suppose I was once resurrected using Honey Vishnu before the cataclysm, and the rooms of the spell bothered me for a while. Were you worried about it years later, priestess? No. I felt better after I put my name under the do not resurrect list. So DNR. I just do it, you know what I'm saying? I wonder if the priestess has done that yet. God, Agni, and Princess Brilith. I saw them here with Kasak and Miss Leez a while ago. I think they're all not. Leez was here? Yes, why do you ask? No, nothing. Only a few people know about the Mr. Contest, but most don't know Leez ever left. She's back earlier than I thought, and ran at Raksha are here as well. Priestess, are you upset about laughing at the meeting when even Leez was present? No, I was thinking that we understand Mr. Angry as well, so we can't imagine how you feel when you do so much for the city. Ever since the attack and the announcement about the Tarakas, it feels like they're not respecting you as they should, priestess. This is Callie Bloom. Why is the priestess of Atera acting like she's queen, while you're shunted aside and left with the trivial work? Don't do all that. Why are you calling my work as a priestess trivial? I'm proud of every bit of work I do for the city. Stop with the nonsense and focus on your work, guys. Sorry, priestess. No. What I mean is, don't worry about something so unimportant. It can't be helped. The gods are the strongest being on this planet, so it's only natural that the power structure revolves around them. When two priestesses who have summoned gods were named first and second in the magic rankings, no one objected. And at the N19 Fighter Championship, I fought Lila in the final. But I couldn't deliver the final blow while God Chandra was in the audience. That was your chance just now. If you thought you can go easy on me, you made a mistake, Tio. Hey, Callie. What are you doing? You have no help and your damn Tarakas are making all of our believers turn away. Is this blasphemy? I don't give a shit, you psycho god. Why are you leaving your pieces of chaos to seek advice from other gods? I'm going to leave you and go be a believer in a different temple. It'll be too late for you to regret that then. What am I doing? That's Sierra. Was he able to walk around on his own? She's talking to Kubera. Look at that guy. I'm doing all your work because you're sick. If you're better, come thank me instead of hanging out here with Leez. Oh shit. Is she fighting? What's going on? See, I was right. You're unhurt even though you didn't activate the bracelet. I told you. Those boots were amazing. So, what's going on, man? What's going on? The boots are a barrier, a shield, if you will. Oh, it's gonna last about 6 or 7 hours. We'll watch it after I'm done recording. Lilith told you that it wasn't a god level item. That's correct in the literal sense. Miss Leez, did the divinity who gave you this item say the item was god level? She didn't say god level item, but she said God Kubera used this in the old universe. If it's a god item presented back then, of course, really, if I created the universe, I wouldn't model out the old universe that it was just destroyed. It would just fail in the same way. Do you mean that Kubera may have not been a god in the previous universe? Perhaps, or perhaps there was no such thing as a god level item, or perhaps the concept of God didn't exist in the first place. The creatures that have great power and influence in the current universe may not actually be worth much. Gods, nasty cuz, they may just be souls that drew lucky straws at the beginning of the universe. The only real souls are those that can cross over to the next universe, and all the souls that hang on desperately on this one universe are equally insignificant. One Last God, story and art by Kurigam, season 3, episode 79. Soul 8. You're not Sierra, are you? That's hurtful, Miss Leez. I love her, Miss Leez. Who else would tell you all how to concern for your welfare? Don't go doubting one of the few people on your side. Listen, you need to know this. How far I went because of that experiment and what I saw there. Slash. Priestess Sarah chose his humanity over solid magic. He would never deride those who are trying to protect this universe. Your acting really isn't up to par today. If I had to go, I would have taken you with me, Agni. I thought you were with Priestess Bliss. Of course, I wouldn't leave you alone and vulnerable. They're upon you as soon as I hide my presence. Sierra, perhaps your senses are blunted by possessing this human body. I don't know what you're talking about, God Agni. I'm not possessed by anyone. I am Sierra himself. Shameless. If you're going to say that, show me your mind and not the blood and screams clouding it. This is because I'm worried. I learned too much from the node of Taraka about Brilith's impending death, for example. No, she's in a stable state. Her vigor is high. There is no danger. It's a lie. I cannot still be deceived. Of course, she'll seem normal now. She has no idea what danger is approaching. You should really go and protect her. Yes, Agni, go. It would be better to check on her just in case. No, I'm not going to believe him. He's making it up. What a shame. You won't be able to protect her this time either. She dies in 30, 29, 28. Agni, just go. Take me as well then. Doesn't matter. Wait there. Don't move. Flicker. Paradise flare. He isn't thinking for a moment that I might be the real Sierra. He thought this would work on me. Flicker. You become a real mess, Agni. If you want to cross to the next universe again, you will need to try much harder. Rind hollow, Lila, ho. Who's been careless enough to drop such important documents here? Swallow. Why don't you come down and fetch this, Tio? Thanks for helping me, Brilith. Wait, what's she scared of? What's going on? Yo, where'd he go? Yo, I'm defeated, man. I'm done. I'm back. Thanks for helping me, Brilith. Not at all for your work you're doing. What do you mean? It's not your city either. Our plateau is relatively safe from Taraka attacks. My powers are needed here. We can't go to the gods. Can't ask the gods to care every small thing, like searching for missing people outside the city. True. Priestess Brilith. Look around you. There might be danger. Agni, Leez. We already took care of the progress. What do you mean danger? What's that? Hey! Wait. That spell, though. Could it be? No. Everyone's okay. Everyone's safe. Oh my God. Someone's coming from outer space. Boom. What's that? On the highest mountain will not just disappeared. So much for somewhere with the high view. No idea what's happening, but let's run. Throb. You tracked it back to the source. Did you get them? No. Whoever it was disappeared before my attack hit. They evaded. They didn't evade. They just disappeared. That's... If you attack me and I disappear and doesn't hit me, I evaded it. What are you talking about? One last god Kubera. Oh, I guess you had said that they just vanished, but I get it. But anyways, episode 98, Soul 9. So you combed the area where the attack was, but you found nothing. What was it then? It's impossible for someone to disappear instantly to a place even Agni can't track. Ordinarily, it's impossible. Then, Brilith, you shouldn't go outside the barrier by yourself anymore. Whoever outside the barrier is definitely trying to kill you. If you go out alone, you'll be attacked like you were today. And if you're hurt, that directly affects God Agni's condition. What about having Agni with you all the time? I'm not comfortable with that. Brilith, she's still not comfortable having Agni around. From my perspective, since I can't be a summoner if I want to, I find her difficult to understand. If I were Agni summoner, I'd be grateful to him all the time. Well, Brilith is young. And what? And I'm old? What are you trying to see? It's not a matter of age. You just have more life experience in her. Your heart doesn't flutter when you're around Agni. What? Did Brilith say that? Is that what she feels? I asked her a few times. She always said no. She asked me for advice about some guy she knows. She didn't tell me who it was, but I think it was God Agni. I might be wrong, but... God, no wonder it didn't work out with any of the other eligible guys I brought there. You brought Claude? Even Lutz. When she didn't like him, I thought there must be something, but that's enough jumping to conclusions. Flare. Ooh, look at her. Stunning. That conversation we had was around 5 years ago. Ran up 5 years is more than enough time for feeling to change. Or don't you know what that's like just because you're a person who's lived only a few dozen years? Sorry. Agwen, I don't want to quibble over each little thing. But it feels like I must but I feel like I must correct your assumption this once. You act though I'm ungrateful to be uncomfortable around Agni. How about I say this? If I say this, Agwen, she's still not comfortable having Mr. Kasak around. From my perspective, since I lost my parents since I was young, I find her difficult to understand. If I were Mr. Kasak's daughter, grateful. I'd be gratefully with me all the time. She talking that talk. She issue. Is Bill top two? Is Bill top two right now? Is she top two? Like, oh, you came all the way here because you heard about Mr. Kasak and you still haven't met him, have you? If you have time to express opinions on me and Agni, would you go look after yourself first? And she's gone. She's out of there. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said. You must have felt it too. But after Brilla learned how to use the staff, her personality changed a little. She speaks coldly, but I'm sure she doesn't mean it. It's fine. Everything she said is right. I don't know what I'm doing either. By the way, have you heard anything about Ryan? Like, what is he doing? Yes, I would like to know. I looked around most of the temple. He's not here. Apparently, he said he was going to meet with Leez and disappeared. With Sierra sick recently, the priest candidates have been taking care of the barrier, so it's impossible to know whether he's even in the city. I made a mistake. I should have chosen a better transcendental to entrap him. Was I too pressed for time to think properly? No. Even before that, when he spoke about he knew about my past in Brilith, could it have something to do with the ones that attacked Priestess Brilith? It's suspicious that he knew exactly when the attack would strike. What do you mean? Why would Sierra attack Brilith? It's complicated, but he might not be the priest Sierra that we used to know. If he's on the attacker's side, he would have sent me outside the city, then carried out his real plan. Agni, I heard from the temple magicians. Tio went to find you with documents that were addressed to you, but I couldn't find her while I was looking. Flare. Was Tio here? I'm not talking about her visit during the day. Was she here around sunset? Again, no. She only came once in the afternoon. Agni, a word before you go. Tio talked to me about getting her lost payment back 7 years ago. I was wondering whether you know anything. Oh my lord. I'm so stressed. It's a good kind of stress though. It's good. This is good. I don't mess with you if you're dumbass really curious. Stop boy Rob, Lucci Eater, see when it's serious. If it's that, I have an idea what she's talking about. It's related to the DNR list. I see, so there's really a way to get her memories back. But gone over, I don't think it's a very good idea. It would mean denying the magic that happened that day. The soul will return to the one that was before the spell. Where do you think that soul is now? 7 years after dying. What would it mean to really drag it back here? And how is that one going to come back to life after even denying resurrecting magic? Think about it and think about what it would mean for the present Tio to give up her body to a past soul. I hope we kind of really dive more into the dynamic of the body and soul and what comes first and whatnot and everything, because like just a little bit, this kind of reminds me a bit of Mojito in Jujutsu Kaisen, because he has okay, Jujutsu Kaisen spoilers in like 5 seconds and then come back in like 20. I won't speak long. 3, 2, 1, spoiler, I guess. Mojito has the ability to see and shape souls, but he understands like the soul. I think he said the soul exists and he's shaping around it or whatever. So like, he understands the makeup of the body and soul and body, what comes first, nature, dynamic. Okay, I'm done. Spoilers over. Let's keep going. One Last God Story in Art by Kurigam, episode 99, season 3. Soul 10. There's Tio, she's walking. It's meaningless to risk one's life to protect the city, to feel pride being a priest. I thought you would understand straight away, Tio, even if no one else would. I found it. Take this first. This is the sword I lost 7 years ago. I couldn't guess where I'd lost it. How did you? The one that killed you 7 years ago threw it away here, knowing that you'd be useless. That it's useless without the right attributes. There's more. While this sword is the one while the one that took this from you stabbed you through the neck, there was someone who stood there watching. What's exactly the problem? The soul is only a power source. I don't know why I need to consider it. Isn't it better if she remembers me? Yes. If you could understand this, you wouldn't have destroyed so many souls in the first place. Just make the choice that's right for Tio and not for yourself. I hope you understand this much at least. Don't talk down to me. What about you? Are you making choices that are best for your betrothed? I always respect her decision first and foremost. Isn't respecting your decision really the right choice for her? Do you think your betrothed really wanted to let me live when she remembers how she lost her family when I destroyed the Gressfan? Yes, sometimes we make choices that don't reflect what we truly want. That's life, dude, I guess. When we look around us and weigh our choices, sometimes we must turn away from our desires. It's too real for me right now. This is too real. It's a lot too real for. No, I'm joking. I like it. Gotta keep it real though. I gotta screenshot these though. Being who she is, she would have buried her true wishes inside of her. Oh my god. If you know, why aren't you granting her wishes? You're not making decisions for her sake either, are you? It's impossible now. If I granted the wish she had buried, I shouldn't have headed to Caliboom that day. When I found out Chandra had you, I should have ignored it. If I stayed to answer her that question and give her a proper answer, then I would have broken my promise to her, but answered her buried wish. What? Weren't we talking about the choice of letting me? What? Weren't we talking about letting me live? I don't know what you're talking about all of a sudden. But if it's giving her an answer, can't you do that now? Your betrothed is still alive. It's too late. Only before she remembered the ancient human race, before she realized who it was that played the crucial role in their demise. Only in her ignorance would she accept my answer. So for me, it was the last day I could have told her how I truly felt, Gandhi. Some things are lost forever when the time has passed. When you think about what to tell Tio, consider what I have said. Woohoo! He really me. He's just a tortured soul. He really think he's me. You're trying to copy my gimmick. Everything he's saying, I feel so hard, man. Fuck me. And then and you always know it too when you're like you going through that and you're seeing somebody you're like, yo, don't make this mistake. Trust me. Be better than me. It's like, oh man. Bhavati Vayu. Wow, didn't even budge. I'd say it's pretty much invincible as long as you're in contact with the earth. I'm a bit worried that there may be side effects. It should be okay. God, I didn't say anything. He saw you wearing them. If they were bad for you, I told you to take them off. Anyway, congratulations. It's not something. Of course it is. Congratulations on getting a good item and getting back from conscious safely and staying yourself even after 7 years in the sewer realm. Staying myself. In the books, the sewer realm's a terrible place. I worried that you would lose a lot of your warmth in that cold and human world. Imagine if I'd met you for the first time in 7 years and you were this heartless person. Yes, like Asha. I worried that you'd be like her. Did you just say Asha? Sorry, I wasn't thinking. I don't know. I know you don't be right or no mirror. I'm asking whether or not you just thought about Asha by yourself. Yes, why should I have? Asha is making her move. Sagara, I think. No. Sagara, is that thing moving? Is it okay? Wait here. Go and I'll talk to it. I still can't get the idea that Taraka was part of the cause Natha's death. How can we work with it? Back then the gods used Taraka. It was taken to the Sura realm under the condition that it would help kill Anata. Taraka's son tracked us. He cut off my head and mauled it. half your body. Have you forgotten? And you have forgotten the days where you conditionally believed in Sakura's decision. If you're not going to openly disagree, don't harbor unnecessary doubt. I actually like that he said that. I agree with this in terms of certain group dynamics that you're in. Like, I'm gonna use sports because sports is what I'm used to. Like, if I'm making a decision as a leader or like the captain of the team or whatever, if you're not going to openly disagree with me, you do not doubt it in the moment that we're doing something. I actually agree. That's it. Well said. Well said. Ha. Our positions have been reversed. If you're doing that, it can't be helped. There's no other way now. Listen up, guys. There's no need for us to stand guard anymore. The human is back on the move, and apparently, she's a frightful sight. There's no way. There's no way. There is no way that's Asha. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way. God Agni. By the way, please make sure the fires in temple stay burning. If there's an emergency, I can't be late. Yes, I'll make sure. Have you met Kasak yet? No, not yet. Don't think too much about it. Go see him. It won't be hard to find him. All he does is sleep in his room. One Last God, Kubera, story and art by Kurigam. Season 3 episode. Was that a motorcycle, but literally designed as like a regular bike? I've never seen that before. Like a bing bike. That's interesting. Never seen that before. So 11. Relative sleep. Still no luck with the search. No, can't be helped. I don't like the idea, but we'll have to send word to Rin Hollow. Chandara's better at tracking than you are. I don't want to call him here at all if possible because of Leez. He's definitely going to say Leez was involved in this. Since she returned alone from Khan, suspicion will fall on her. Do you completely trust Leez? Brilith, you don't trust Leez? To be honest, it makes sense to be a little suspicious at first. She returned alone. She can't explain what happened on Conche. Inside doesn't work on her, and that strange item. Brilith, this might not sound very convincing, but you have to trust Leez. I have a reason to trust her. Unfortunately, it's something I can't tell you about. Who said I don't trust her? It would make sense to be suspicious, but I'm not. If you trust her, that's enough. No other proof is necessary. The gods? I don't mistrust them. If you trust them enough, there's no other proof necessary. I may become a target again, so I will stay within the barrier. I have to hope that Leez and Mirha can serve you well. Your role is to serve him. How dare a human? Stagger. Do you know who did this? Look, even if you have to believe in it, even if you don't want to. Our daughter, don't say things you don't mean. Discussing, but betroth this. You're going to survive anyways. I won't successful deed, even if we suffer eternity. Help me, Mom. How dare you dream of happiness? Don't. I need to go back. I promise. Please, Brilith, come here. Brilith, this is the present. Feeling better? Okay, listen to me. Try not to take offense. Your memories are stored in your ancient human soul, but that body is a present-day human. The brain can process a great number of memories, but the present-day humans have their limitation. I know this problem is new to you since you've always chose death almost immediately after realizing. But since you've chosen to live this time, this will happen again and again, even more often, Brilith. In your current state, it may be safer if you stay with me, even if that means leaving the barrier. If something happens, I'll definitely protect you. How funny. You never managed to protect any of the me's, yet you say it every time. Do you have any pride? Clinging to me like a puppy, I must feel sorry for you. I hate him. I have to hate him. But this body knows nothing. This body knew nothing for dozens of years and knew nothing and liked them. Those habits are ingrained in me. So my heart beats faster despite my will. How humiliating. I have to feel that this is humiliating. I told you many times I don't feel comfortable having you near me. Having you be kind to me. I told you every time I realized who I was. Every time I will only love you forever. Oh my God. So leave me alone. My emotions fluctuate like a broken machine. I knew even before Agri told me I'm going crazy and it'll only get worse. I will never find peace until I die and escape this body. So why did I return instead of choosing death? My goal, my means, my emotions do not correspond. It's like the countless me that live in his body. They disagree. They waver. Yes. Give him a kiss. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I did say leave me alone, but you're just going to let me do this? I can't use insight on you. I can only follow your commands. It wouldn't even help if you use insight. I don't know what my mind wants. If you could look at it and think, oh, my patrol is completely crazy. I might find you're less crazy than I expected to be relieved. Really? If you're uncomfortable with being me constantly, what about keeping Agron and Rana with you? Keep a fire near at all times, and a fire magician and a healer. That's a pretty good pretext. Rather you use insight on Agron and Rana. You think I should be friendly with them? They have shown you much goodwill in the past, and you like them. I know. Here I know, and there I don't. Anywhere else, I think they are worthless. While another voice screams that I should kill them all. This new human race, they've taken over a land where we were once driven extinct. They worship those who destroyed us in a manner we almost abhor. How do you suppose I can like any of them? Go, Agni. I know you have things to do. You've talked enough to the crazy woman for one day. I want to rest a little now. Chapter 46, Soul End. Next chapter, words that never reached you to be continued. All right, we'll end it here for this because this has been going on for a long time. But what do I even say right now? Oh, Lilith. I'm interested in like this old human race because it seems like they were kind of better in the old universe. And a lot of this old universe stuff is reminding me of a lot of Marvel and DC stuff that's very interesting. Like if you don't know, some of like the earlier depiction of Galan. Is it Galan or Galan? How do you pronounce his name? But his name was Galactus. Right? Know the name Galactus from Marvel, Fantastic Four, whatnot. But he was actually a survivor of a previous universe that was rewritten. So it's gonna be interesting to see if we're gonna get into that kind of stuff, because I really think these type of stories are interesting. Because what I really like about some stories like this that truly have different types of beings with different ingrained beliefs, thought processes, and emotional processes and levels of intelligence is that it's a way for the author to kind of show like how different parties, different people, different groups, different races, if you will, of varying levels of power still can hold a lot of the same beliefs and care about a lot of the same thing. Because I think at the end of the day, maybe some of the good gods, some of the good Suras, some of the good humans have beliefs in common, and a lot of common ground between a lot of them. And having a story being told where there's Suras who live a certain way, and gods who live a certain way, and humans who have these little mini dinky lifespan live a certain way, you see what each of them value and where they differ and where they overlap and intersect and connect. So it's been really good, but we'll leave it at that. Thank you guys for watching this far. If you have any friends who are into Kubera or whatever, let them know that I've been covering it. I have tons of topics I want to talk about, tons of videos I want to make and discussions, and I will be live reacting to them on a weekly basis when I catch up. So, but yeah, where's Ash at?